for joining us. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening to SideQuest Lives. This has been some Dungeons and Dragons. And this is the second game of our campaign, the new campaign, which I think we're going to call, what was it again?
It was Morally Ambiguous.
Morally Ambiguous Crew, I think is what the other group was. But this was looking in at a former temporary member, Henrietta.
Yeah.
And some new potential allies. All right. Thank you very much.
Morally ambiguous.
Oh, it's very.
That was Fenris. And he grew up under a dark side with powers. His parents loved him and trained him. And, you know, he has fond memories growing up. And at the age of 11, he was brought to an inn where his parents were brutally murdered. And though he didn't know at the time,
Before his very eyes.
Before his very eyes. And there was a shadow wolf that came and saved him and hid him. But he had to watch his parents die, protecting him. The people that killed him, the people that killed him were paladins.
Because they were cultists.
So as you can
bad
see,
people.
But I
Probably.
love my.
Not all paladins are good.
But my character doesn't know my parents were cultists. My character loves his parents, and they were killed by paladins. He was ushered off and has spent the next 7 years on the run, hunted by these paladins. And the game begins as me as a captive, and I may escape. Escapades happened, made it to an inn, and had a flashback and realized that the innkeeper was the one that betrayed my parents, and so I killed him.
in pretty cold blood, but understandably so.
So, what is your class?
So Fenris's class is a shadow sorcerer.
Shadow sorcerer.
But I guess I'm not playing him for this.
No, and that's okay. We are recording, just so you know.
Oh, it's on?
Yeah, it's on. I figured I'd
You gotta
catch
tell us
a
when mics are
recap,
hot.
man.
Almost
Mics are hot.
Henrietta
I didn't want to stop you. You were in the middle of a recap. Okay. So yes, I can always go back. I'm gonna add something earlier. I don't know if levels are good, so we'll check that later. It peaked, so I assume that's good. Because I'm loud. So yeah, welcome to the
loud.
table, Bela. So just a quick round of the table. Gordon, you heard a little bit before. And we got Darcy back again.
Hello.
We got Bela joining us. And myself, I'm Todd. And we're going to be recording this session. And hopefully the audio works out. We are on location, not live, at Spielhaus, which is St. Clair and Dufferin in Toronto. It's a beautiful place. Come on down. Give them your money. They have awesome games. I've never played on this side. We are surrounded by games.
We are surrounded by games.
I am mildly intimidated. But this place is awesome. Staff's great. They've agreed to let us
Hundreds of
record.
games.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And they've got a big D&D. There's at least, did you see 2 games D&D over there?
I did, at least two.
So
There's
they
at least 2.
live in large D&D. So that brings us up to speed, more or less. We are doing a slight sidestep to our last game. SideQuests, sidesteps. And we're doing some character mixing and matching and all of that. Bella's joining us. And we're jumping back to Hen, Darcy's first character.
Right, who never made it onto the recording, because she
That's
was
right, then we
in-
did the recap.
Yeah, we had 2 sessions before the recording started, and she left at the end of the last session because everything was getting kind of evil, and she was like, "I'm not down with this."
She didn't leave, she stayed. We left.
That's true.
So-
She didn't follow.
Before I create my character quickly, level?
6.
I was wondering, because you did mention to me off to the side that Hen probably leveled up.
Hen probably did, but we'll do that in a bit.
I was also not sure if you wanted to run, like, deviating from there, or if you were going to be like,
this
it's
is
a side quest entirely.
No, this is a continuation.
Could have been a flashback for all I knew.
It could have been. I'm definitely timey-wimey with things.
Yes.
But this is actually a continuation.
Very cool.
That will become abundantly clear in a bit. Gord is kindly agreeing to bring up another character as well.
It looks like I haven't changed my hit points since my last game, so if we want to pick up right there, I can do that.
It'll be shortly after.
Sure, but just in case.
And do you trust me enough that if I use a pre-done,
Yeah.
you know that I'm honest with my
I fully...
HP and my... Okay.
Yes, I trust you.
So I have a number of different level 6s
Okay.
and or level 5s that I can
So,
boost.
I sent you the backstory about this being an overly pious world. Sorry, I'm using my projection, but that's okay. It's
good, you
It
should.
might get tiring. So it's a slightly overly pious world. The paladins are basically, paladins of Pelor is like a subsect called the Eye of Pelor. And they're going a little bit too far.
Okay.
And so
They're taking their
whatever
power.
backstory would fit with that. Hey guys, come on.
They're trending.
So that's the backstory. So whatever character you think would fit well with that is totally cool by me.
Is there anything you want me to know? Because I actually have no idea where we're going or what I'm doing. Last I left off, Hen was comforting a woman whose husband was murdered. I think that was her husband. You mentioned that on the recording.
You tried your best to stop Gord's character, Fenris.
He really tried.
He
tried
really
a lot, and then I think I nat 20, and then you luck pointed to a nat 1. Is that what happened?
Something like that.
It was close to that if it wasn't exactly that. It was pretty brutal.
So I can throw
For me,
in
at least. I mean, it was great for you.
Hunter, a changeling blood hunter, order of
That wouldn't be too popular in this world.
blood hunter.
Yeah.
No.
Just a changeling blood hunter, and that's fine. That would actually work well.
Okay. Or a Kalishtar cleric tempest.
Which
First
deity?
one.
Do you know?
I don't know if I've given her a deity. This is a extra. This was
Okay.
actually Rachelle, the one I created for Tuesday night, because it was close to me getting killed, and so
Always good to have a backup.
Yeah.
Levi told me to create a backup just in case I got killed in the next game.
Huh.
I didn't. We all remember Kalwala. She did get killed in that game, but I still have her backup.
That is
so
entirely up to you. If the
let's
deity
see what we
is,
have
you know what? We'll see. So Gord.
I did not create a deity.
Okay.
She's chaotic neutral.
So probably not Pelor.
No, I would see.
Pretty much
I
anything
could
goes.
see either
It'll make my life
Mistra-
easier if it's not Pelor.
It could be Mistra, or it could be. What is his name?
Not Pelor is fine. Oh yeah, that'd be fine. Raven Queen's cool.
What is? I said Tempest domain. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
So that could very easily be.
Chord. Not feeling the chord.
Not feeling chord.
That's
What
cool.
I'm thinking is, hold on. I have one somewhere.
All right. Well, while you're thinking about that, and while you're
War
thinking
God.
about yours, oh, War God, nice.
What's his name?
There's a few of them.
Tempest.
Yeah.
Tempest would work for her.
Okay.
She is
Honestly,
a
whatever
Tempest
you want, so long as
domain.
it's not super paladin-y of Pelor, but even that we made work. So, you think about yours.
I'm just gonna move the pause and move the mic for a sec because I'm sure we're getting lots of bar sound.
God.
Bringing it back old school.
That is bringing it back old school.
Oh boy.
I feel like playing Amaral now.
Oh, okay, if you want to.
If you want to.
I'm just gonna be bashing around for a
Well,
sec.
she's level 9. we were high level when we ended that.
Well, there was like a bit of a skip because
That's
like
my phone.
yeah.
Let me stop.
all right,
Order
and
of
we're
the
back.
Thing.
I'm too lashed.
And I believe her
Who had his buddy
is
Frodo? Who
Queen, Raven Queen.
yeah,
So
was
she would
mine.
work too.
Like mine was like Ellenborough or Raven Queen, depending on which world.
Cool.
Man,
Well,
what has
we're-
Hen gotten
we're
herself
definitely
into?
West Wildmount.
Wait, I guess.
So yeah, I mean, I am loosey goosey with the Pantheon out there anyway, and I only barely know the world, so
Yeah, it doesn't sound
I'm
like
only
it's
spending thousands
really.
of hours listening to it.
It doesn't sound like it's really that world. It's more like you're lifting names and lore and sort of like influence.
It's like I consider it West Ridgewood, which is nowhere. So
Great.
it's gonna, and actually this brings us to the other part. I think we're recording. Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
Is if people want to send in name suggestions, we will take name suggestions for characters. We'll take name suggestions for villages. Obviously, with respect to Matthew Mercer's creation, we're going to try to bring some of that in, but we're going to be also trying to make it our own. So yeah, too bad, internet. I do what I want. So yeah.
Yeah. Leveling her down from level 9 will be really hard because I rolled her hit points, so
Oh, okay.
I don't possibly remember what I
You could
rolled.
always just roll in reverse
It could.
if you want to.
I think I'll just go with the character that I already have.
Sure,
I'll go with Rachelle.
Okay, done.
We always need a cleric.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's never enough clerics until, of course, you are against many, in which case... Oh, wait, sorry, I get ahead of myself.
Too many clerics.
Alright, so just to go around. So, Bela, you're going to be playing Rachelle.
Rachelle.
And she's a cleric.
She is
Of-
Tempest.
Tempest.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, that's Tempest?
Tempus.
US. I thought it was that.
But her domain is Tempest.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
Alright.
A Tempest.
But not Temptrist, which is the previous other game we just...
That's true. That did happen.
Alright, and then Darcy.
I will be playing Henrietta Pedersen, I decided. She goes by Hen. I don't know if you want any info about her or not.
Sure, might as well.
So she is a, born into the faith Pelorian paladin, I guess would be the way to say it. And, I mean, I think her, folks are high up in the clergy somewhere, send her off to, paladin boot camp, and she doesn't really...
You're going for the good of your family.
Yeah, and, she does actually care. She wants, she was raised Pelorian, she's got all those morals hammered into her, she wants to help people, and she gets there, and everyone's like, this is how you swing a sword. And she's like, how is that going to help somebody?
You will serve the Empire.
Right? So she doesn't really focus on that part of her training, and instead she, the boot camp is sort of like a caravan that's moving around, so she gets to see meets lots of people, and she trades stories in every town she passes through.
And being charismatic kind of weasels her way into duties that don't necessarily involve swinging swords at people.
Right.
Like guard duty, escort duty.
Yes.
Stuff that's not go to the front lines.
Exactly.
Because there is the war still going on, which is still canon from that other thing that some people know about.
I don't.
It's true. I appreciate that. And Gord, who are you playing today?
I'm playing Ashton, a level 6 paladin, and he's a paladin that venerates the dead.
Venerates the dead. You make the dead,
Yes.
and then you venerate them.
Well, his
There's not enough dead around here. Step
calling.
down.
Well, his calling is actually more against the undead,
Okay, that's fair.
to bring them to the rightful breath.
Nice.
Absolutely.
But he also finds himself, expanding his duties to other areas of making people dead.
When there's not enough dead. Very cool. All right, so I'm going to pick up this story with Hen, and I'll work the rest of you in ASAP. Okay. So this is where you sit and you watch Darcy play for a good... No, I'm kidding. We're going to try and keep it quick. So as you may remember, Darcy, Hen was holding this woman.
Yes.
The other 4 surviving guards, 3 of them were battling another guard who had been bamboozled by your sword bard into fighting his own friends.
Yeah, and I tried to calm everyone down with some calm emotion spell.
That's
I
right.
was playing some music, because
That's what bards do.
all of that... Yeah, we didn't even mention that, but yes, the not paladin training was, in fact, bard training.
As I remember, you were rocking that woman back and forth, trying to calm her down and humming some kind of
But I'm
lullaby
pretty sure
type.
what happened was basically everyone successfully calmed down except for the guy that was charmed into stabbing everybody.
Yeah.
So I had to go up to that guy and be like, stab me until this thing wears off, basically. Because I could take it, and no one else could, because they're tiny,
Interesting you
squishy
mention
bodies.
that. Yeah, and you get your shield in there, you corner him. He's hissing at you like a feral cat.
Okay.
He does calm down, but not before doing... getting you twice pretty well. So you end up with 12 damage.
I'll take it, even though I'm pretty sure this happened last session, that's why I brought it up. But I will take it, because I don't care.
So,
I am a big, beefy lady.
yeah.
Hen is like this just ox of a woman. She's just super broad.
Absolutely. So, after things finally calm down, the darkness that often escorts your one-time ally
It's complicated.
with Fenris.
I'd
has
say go back
faded.
and watch the VODs, but you can't.
No,
Sorry.
but the recap was in the last game. We did a pretty good recap.
It was a pretty good recap.
And so that has now finished, and everything is quiet for a little while. You just hear the panting, people trying to bind the wounds that they got back and forth. Even the guy you finally calmed down, he kind of the feralness in his eyes fades away, and he drops his sword with a clatter. And
It's alright.
steps
It's
back.
alright.
What have I done? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just like, got my hands on his shoulders, and it's just like...
And if it weren't for your calm emotion spell, the other people would have definitely dogpiled him.
Right.
So instead, his one-time commanding officer walks up to him and says, "Greg, turn around." He does so.
Okay.
They bind his hands behind him with some shackles that they happen to have. 'cause
I'll
they
allow
are-
it.
And then they look around and say, "Where did the others go?"
I guess I saw them leave. I'm trying to figure out if I did or not. They
They
were
went-
like a big bubble of black, but like you can kind of notice that move.
Yeah, you saw it fade away towards the western side of the building, but there's
Right.
no exits there, but it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they hit off into the basement. Should have gone by now.
Alright, so two of them run down there, and the one commanding officer, as they walk past, grabs one of them by the shoulder, takes the other shackles, and turns to you. "You knew these ones. I'm sorry, Hen, but we're gonna have to bring you in."
All right.
I'm
It's been a day. It's been a day.
You're telling me. He looks past you, his eye line going towards the kitchen door. You're currently in the common room.
Sure.
Looking at the kitchen door, there's a crumpled, headless body, a big pool of blood, the parting gift of the sword bard that was once ally. Non-enemy. It's complicated.
Look, you help people when you see them. You can't decide whether or not they're going to be good people before you'd help them.
Roll persuasion.
I don't even know if I said that, but sure. I should have opened these dice earlier. All right.
Can I make one clarification?
Absolutely.
Is that cocked?
In terms
Tell
of
me.
her,
No,
I
I
would
can
say
I can
no.
balance the dice on it.
yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I got a plus 10 to this, so it's 20
Any
modified.
magic items?
Not to begin with.
Okay, just checking.
I
Man,
know,
I
by
don't even
level
have
6
plate
you should.
mail.
You should.
I'm totally fine with that. I'm only asking. She doesn't have any.
Not likely to get any anytime
That's
soon.
fine.
I know.
Just saying.
That's
I
fine.
know.
There's war on. You're stuck in chains. Okay. All right. So anyway,
I don't know.
We're jumping ahead a little while.
20 total.
You find yourself next little while is a blur. You're pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
You are wounded, but how bad are you?
I think I'm actually at half by now with that extra 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy name's Polendar.
Holland something?
Polendar.
Polendar.
You know him enough from just training and duty. He's okay. You've actually persuaded him to be like he's taking you in, but he doesn't even bind your shackles.
Sure.
He's just like, okay, he takes your sword and says, "All right, this way." The other one, they're actually pretty rough with Greg,
Right.
the guard who turned on them. And you can just overhear the other two guards muttering about things, and then Polendar shuts them down. He's like, "Hey, save it for the commander." So, flash forward. You're brought into a small office. Outside is now pouring rain, but inside it's nice, comfortably lit with lanterns, and it's that warm, toasty feeling as you walk in. The chairs are kind of nicely done up with leather padding. Nothing too plush, but enough to be a bit more comfortable. There's a big desk behind which is quite a sizable chair. This one is an austere chair, though. And of course, in the tradition of Tal'Dorei, we're going to have some chair lore. So,
Great.
the chair itself is a bit taller than the other ones. It's a solid wood, and there is almost no padding at all on this.
Is
thing.
it winged?
It is not winged.
Yeah, that's the only thing I care about chairs.
Okay. Sorry.
Wings are the coolest thing to ever happen to chairs.
It is kind of true. They need more winged chairs. Make it so, internet. Alright, so anyway, there is a name carved into the back of this chair.
Okay.
That name will be determined by our internet.
Okay.
Name our chair?
Okay, here's the thing. What is the tone of the name? Right?
The tone
is it a
of the
rough name? Is it a legendary name?
A
Is
very
it a sad
stern
name?
type of name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use that for inspiration, internet.
So anyway,
Except now I'm imagining the name Stern, which is not helpful. I'm sorry.
Nos. Alright, so, anyway, you're brought in, you're set down, you and Greg are both brought in. Actually, you're brought in,
Okay.
and you have to wait in the waiting area, just a standard
Sure.
hallway. It's not one of the major, it's not terribly decorative, it's mostly for function. It's kind of an offshoot of it's not a barracks level.
Right.
But it's the main administration building of that keep, and so stone floors, stone walls, a couple of tapestries here and there.
Sure.
Some
I let it happen.
venerating.
I'm, used to protocol and stuff, and I'm just exhausted right now anyway.
Absolutely. So you're sitting there all grubby from days of travel, bloodied still. They haven't cleaned you up, and they drag Greg in first. What's your passive insight?
Oh, not good. Wisdom's my dump stat, because I wanted to be naive.
Mission
I
accomplished.
think it's negative. Oh, no, actually, I think I am trained in insight, though, because I
Okay,
have the
roll
acolyte
it. You
background.
can roll insight.
I think my total is a plus... Yeah, it would be 12 passive. And that is 11.
Should have taken the passive.
Wait, no. It's an 8. I read the
Okay.
9 upside down.
Nice. All right, so you're just sitting there waiting. You're certain that, due process will work its way through.
Yeah.
After a little while, you hear some raised voices inside, and then you hear a thump. Nothing too heavy, just like somebody, set something down heavily.
Okay.
After a few minutes, the door opens up, and you hear Greg being like, I'm sorry, my lord. And they drag him off down the hall. Two guards, not the same ones you came in with, drag him off down the hall towards what you happen to already know, because you know the layout, is the dungeon.
Sure.
Send her in. You hear a gruff voice call. You walk into the aforementioned room.
Okay.
You're now in the room. Now you see the chair. Standing behind the chair. These are the important things. Standing behind the chair, you see
Setting the scene, baby.
you see a man in plate. Some of it dismantled to be a bit more comfortable, not
Sure.
a helmet or anything. Gauntlets are off. His hands clasped on the back of this chair, the stern lettering, that's where you notice him. And then he just looks at you with this. He's almost as stern as the stone around that makes up the walls. This is the commander, Lord Commander Ostrin.
Ostrin. Okay. I'll probably forget that, but 10 it won't.
That's okay. I'm finally taking notes when I DM. Top tip: DM tips.
Man, I re-listened.
Take notes.
I re-listened to the last session. You gave
I
Betty
gave
like
Betty
4
4
different
names.
names.
That was on purpose, and I'm sticking
It
to
was retroactively on purpose.
Yes, no, absolutely. She is going to take you up on your earlier offer to rebel.
Yes. Feminism,
maybe.
cults in the woods.
Absolutely. Anyway, so Ostrin, have a seat.
I do so. Where do I sit? Is there a sit?
There's a rather plush chair that you're
Oh,
actually
great.
offered.
Nice.
It's got some padding on it. They sit
I
you
will
down.
do whatever is respectable. If
Sure.
there's like a proper bow before I sit or something, I would do that. Whatever it is.
You do the bow, and he just kind of half acknowledges it.
Mm.
He glances down, and then he looks back at the guard who brought you in, who is the name of that guy I mentioned the first time, Pauldron. Is that it?
Remember? Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. Pauldron. He's like, excuse me, Sergeant. Why are the prisoner's arms not bound? Pauldron replies, sir, we didn't think it was necessary, sir. She helped calm everything. Bind the prisoner's hands.
I don't
Yes.
object.
So you put your arms out, they clank, 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 an audible click. He doesn't think too tight on you.
Nice.
Still kind of being nice. He rolled a 2 on your persuasion resist, by the way. He likes you.
Nice.
Ostrin motions for Palvern to leave the room.
Everyone likes him.
And leaves. You are now alone in the room with Ostrin. He's still standing, looking down at you. And goes, exactly. You can spare your breath in explaining what happened at the inn. I have a very good picture of some of those details. Out of character, we're going to spare the audience the recap again. But why don't you humor me and tell me how it was you came to be in the company of such murderous curs.
I was out with my caravan. We were heading to Nos. I guess that's the thing we do on this show.
That is the thing.
I have no idea where we're going. It wasn't important, so we never defined it.
You were essentially heading back here.
Oh, okay, great. And we had a prisoner with us. Caravan was attacked, and almost everyone died. The prisoner helped me escape. I didn't really know what to make of him at first, so I just stuck with him, kept an eye on him. Then I watched him murder a man.
So, you've only known him for a few days.
Yeah. Don't really know if I know him yet.
I've always assumed you can gather a lot about a person's character by how many innocent people they murder. So, with whom have you been communicating?
Pardon?
You've been here for what? 3, 4 years now? Transferred in from up north?
That's right.
So, in that time, exactly who have you been taking orders from?
Is this the general that I was supposed to remember the name of? Is it that guy?
This is the general that you're basically talking
No,
about.
the guy that died, I mean. Am I supposed to tell him that guy?
Destrin.
Is that what he's expecting me to say?
You can definitely say that if you like.
Okay,
If
yeah.
you think that'll get you out of trouble. You're getting a distinct gone to the very stern principle vibe here.
Commandant Destrin.
I like that you remember that. Nice. It's canon because we both said it.
Yeah. Head of the caravan.
Now, yes, I know that. To whom have you been? From whom have you been taking orders to sabotage our order?
I guess I just looked really blank stare confused for a bit, right? There's no initial response because obviously,
you have
we
been
all
on-
know as players that there's not a thing.
He takes your quiet.
And I'm just lost for words.
He stands up, his hands off the chair, stands up tall, thank you, and puts his arms behind his back and begins to pace. So the way I see it,
If it's on the menu,
a prisoner such as him could not have escaped upon his own. Clearly, with Private Greg has been working against us. So I'm wondering how deep the rot goes.
Prisoner's
you-
Prisoner's an arcanist.
I'm just gonna get up and picked up.
I believe we knew that. I mean, I didn't personally until I saw it, but imagine Commandant Destrin did. It's hard to say. Wow, that's hard to say. I had him in shackles
Well, clearly
so
he
many
got
times.
out.
and I just got to a point where there's nothing more I could do.
Was there a point at which you could have killed him, perhaps in his sleep in the days between escaping the ambush, and which, for all I know, you arranged? Did you have a Did you have a sword?
With all due respect, there's no chance I could have killed anyone.
He walks around the table at this point, leans in and looks at your uniform closely,
Right.
looks down at your holy symbol. That's not regulation.
But I have my shield in here? I'll have another one, it's fine.
They only took your sword, so your shield could be on your back.
Sure, yeah.
He picks it up off your back, although can't get it off without. Actually, he pulls out a dagger.
Well, it's probably not like
on shoulders.
one, right? It's
Yeah.
because there's like game mechanics, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
sure,
he takes
whatever.
the sword from you. If there's straps on your pack, he cuts them.
Sure.
So it's a non-usable sword until he gets your
Shield.
Or shield, sorry.
Yeah.
And then he looks at it. This is the old one. This is not regulation. And now I'm beginning to see. He drops it with a loud clang. Neither are you. So you can tell me now, who are you working with to subvert the Eye of Pelor? Or we can let the Inquisitors do their work. What'll it be? I need names.
And so right now, I'm having that thing where I'm just going through my mind, like, is there something wrong with the way my family has done things? Not in a, not as in like, oh, my family's bad. I don't mean that. Sorry, it sounded that way. I mean, in context with
Is there
what he's
anything that
saying.
would implicate?
Right? Because my first instinct would be like, that's the symbol that was my father's shield. Like, what are you talking about? But the implication is that if I say that, I'm going to do something with my,
You might.
I love my
roll
parents.
Roll a deception check, because you don't want that to get out.
great. I don't think I'm trained in deception. Why would I be? I'm an honest person. But of course, I do have a natural 1 on a die. Yes!
This one's just for the. I also rolled a natural 1. Isn't that funny? I think Bela can hear me. All right. I did. He looks at you, and just rage fills his eyes as he thoroughly.
It's a 5 total.
That might help.
Well, if you want to stonewall me, that's fine.
I'm sorry,
I will
sir.
talk to you again later. Guards, get her out of here. They come in, and
If I may,
Pauldron pauses. He's like, yeah. Oh, sorry. Pauldron's there, and he starts picking you up and dragging you down. You're about to go out the door.
You should-
if you may. Yes.
it wasn't Greg's fault. Or Craig, whichever it was you said. Use both names, I think.
Greg. We will get to the bottom of this shortly. Enjoy your stay. So you're dragged down the hall. Pauldron's like, I'm so sorry. He just mutters under his breath. Drags you down the hall. There's another guard with him. You end up, unless you want to do something else, you're going to end up in the dungeon in just a few feet, basically.
No, I don't like resist arrest.
Okay.
Arrest
So
arrest.
you end up going down into the dungeon, winding down a ways, clink clink,
Yeah.
locky locky, you are locked up.
Cool.
So,
5 years later, now the campaign really starts.
So, the two of you, you've had a chance to get to know each other over the last, let's call it a week. Better part. It's hard
That's a long time in the world of D&D.
It is hard to tell whether it's day or night down here. You both have none of your equipment.
Whoa!
You have basic clothing. And I'll even say,
Modify that then.
yeah, sorry. They took your armor. You've been in this prison cell for
So we're basically
the better part of a
in
week
our-
by your best estimates, but it's underground, so you really have a hard time keeping track of night and day. They've fed you at least 7 times now. So whether they're more generous or less generous, it's hard to tell at this point. It's never quite enough. You happen to be in the same cell. Yes.
Is there any magical
Wards?
wards to say, oh, I don't know, preventing me from using magic?
Vamping out of here?
No,
Um,
I'm not that high of the level
They
to
are clerics. They have clerics.
that counter.
They
No,
have
clerics can't counterspell.
no. They can't counterspell, but they are careful about it.
There's a
They
beholder
have
in the
held-
basement, which is shooting a ray of anti-magic at you.
I guess what I'm asking is, let's say,
Yeah.
because
You want to do
the-
something later.
Well, clerics have the ability at this level to create and destroy water and food.
Yep.
So, knowing we're being minimally supplied with both things,
Yep. You want
would
to try
I
that?
be able? Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your ability score, your magic ability score plus your proficiency.
Does that have any components?
That's a big question.
Let me double check.
I don't know.
Also, are their hands and face tied
I
up
can
and
never
stuff?
use this because of the music, but
Let's get the exact
Can't
replica
put
of this
on.
playlist. Invert the balance, and there's a word. That's not what.
yeah, like those stealth
There's a term.
helicopters.
So,
It'll just incentivize me to finish my base.
That's right.
Although I like Gord's place for recording. Just saying. Very nice place.
Thank you.
so it depends what I'm doing. If I'm creating or destroying water, I need a drop of water if creating,
You can do that.
and a few grains of sand if destroying. But I'm not. I'm creating.
Sure, you have a last little from the wooden cup that's cracked that they gave you for what you presume might have been breakfast.
Okay.
About 8.5 hours ago. There's a little drop in the bottom. Pour it out under your
Because
into
water's
the
more
palm of your
important than
hand.
anything.
The drip is there. You can then pour it back into the cup and cast your spell and see if it works.
Okay. So normally, though, because it's an action, I don't have to roll for it.
I know.
But you're asking me to. So what am I adding? A proficiency.
Proficiency and your spellcasting modifier.
Treat it as a spell attack. Yeah.
That's 6 plus 10.
10?
10.
Alright. No, there doesn't seem to be any effect, and at that point, a massive gush of water splashes into the cup and starts. It's almost like it hits the bottom and flows up from the bottom.
Yeah.
Like there's a hose plugged into the bottom of the cup and it starts to overflow onto the ground. You stare at this like your mouth is caking dry.
Like, I knew. Thank you. I knew another cleric that could do that. We were stuck in another cold, dark place. This place is more pleasant.
Just to be clear, you guys don't have you don't have shackles on or anything. You're just in a cell with iron. It's mostly stone, and then one door
yummy.
is reinforced wood with iron, basically iron bars and studs to prevent it from being an easy kick-in. There's a little opening about eye height, and then there's another gap in the floor that can be opened or lowered or raised to allow them to chuck food through or take a waste slop bucket. Your slop bucket is in the far left corners where you've decided that privacy is best.
So we haven't tried to escape yet?
For the sake of my brain, not yet.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Right now, you
We're making do with our situation.
yes. They promised you a trial at least, but it's been dragging on a ways.
I see.
After a little while,
Rachelle, let me know when we want to actually leave this place.
I'm ready.
Soon. Soon then, yes.
at this point, you hear it
This is getting boring now.
at the door.
I want to get out of here.
They did take your stuff, so if you like your stuff, that might be something to keep in mind.
The door clinks. You hear the slam, and you hear a guard mutter, "Back from the door."
All right.
I'll comply.
How far away is the door?
This cell is actually pretty sizable. It's probably about 20 feet, 20 feet by 20 feet. It's meant to hold quite a few people. You have had a few people come and go, which is one of the reasons you haven't mounted anything yet, is that a few prisoners have been in, and then just as you're starting to put stuff together, somebody comes in and drags out some poor hapless soul. You happen to be screaming for a while, and then...
They haven't tried to make us scream.
Not yet.
So, we've been here about a week.
About a week.
I've been paying mine to the comings and goings, so when guards do come, for whatever reason, I am taking notice of how many and what they are armed with.
All right. Generally, there are two kinds of guards who've been coming and going. Just kind of your general kind of chain shirt. Sometimes a cudgel, sometimes a mace. Usually weapons designed to injure, not kill. But definitely daggers on the hips as well. They seem to be fairly capable, and there's enough of them that would make you second guess just trying to easily walk in. If you had a guess, you would say that in there a week, you probably have got a pretty good idea that there's about, coming and going, you've seen at least 10 different faces, and then there's the other kind.
At one given time, though.
At one given time, there's probably only about 5.
That's what I need to know.
But then, every once in a while, one of these other people show up. The other people are the ones that precede the screaming. Usually robed in kind of a generic off-white robe, simple garb, and a big sun flare with an eye in the center of it on their tabards.
Can I do an arcana as to the magical means they're using?
I would be more of a religion check.
I'm proficient in both.
Go for it.
Can I do a history check on the eye?
You can.
15.
You know that it's...
15 as well.
Well, are you trained in religion as well there, Ashton?
Ashton? No. History.
No, okay. So history, you know that this is Pelor, but you know enough that it's not the same. Like, when you remember some of your learning, you remember them talking about the major battles and how Pelor and all these other gods came together with their champions, and it was this amazing thing. It was a little bit farther away, 50 years ago or so, but it was a big deal. And you remember that the crest didn't have the eye on it. That's about all you know. You just know that it's Pelor, version of Pelor. What did you get?
15.
I should use names. Rachelle? Am I saying the right?
Yep.
Okay.
Rachelle.
15? You know that this is, and you're trained, so you know this is a version of Pelor worship that has gained foothold in the Empire and begun to spread and gain more and more influence. They took the basic idea that there are sanctioned religions and unsanctioned religions. They started out as essentially the enforcers of that rule. And now, like, Tempest is not a common deity, but some people associate that with some of the more acknowledged and acceptable deities. However, especially in a time of war,
So I'm not hated.
you're not hated, but you have found yourself in here, even though you were protesting, saying, "Look, I'm not. Like, you are not one of the unsanctioned religions, to my knowledge." Sorry, Matt, I don't know. But effectively, they are over-enforcing.
Would it be because of my perceived race?
What race are you again?
Kalsha.
Quite possibly. Because,
Would you say I didn't hear that?
Kalsha.
Okay.
Part spiritual realm, part human.
so definitely...
A hybrid.
Definitely not exactly your average being, so... Yeah, they probably... Let's just put it this way. If they're
I'm not well
xenophobic,
received.
they're probably also xenophobic.
Yep, fair enough.
Well,
Any excuse.
I have a plan.
Okay.
I've been studying, and if we have an opportunity where only a couple of them come down, realistically, I can possibly cast Hold Person to make our escape.
I can also cast one person.
So we could do up to 4 people.
Could.
I can do 2.
Just to be finicky, is there a material component for either of those spells? And is it your holy symbol? Because they have taken those. Unless you manage
no.
to do it. Actually, I'll let you
Oh,
know.
it's a small, straight piece of iron that I'm sure we
that
can
would be
find.
easy to chip off. That said, you can do a stealth check, sleight of hand check right now to see if you've managed to smuggle anything in.
Okay.
Just kind of retroactive.
Nice.
Oh,
That is very nice. That's a 17 for me.
you can have a small item of your choice. What would you like?
My holy symbol.
Okay, so you do have your holy symbol. I'm not sure what that looks
So
like.
my guess is I would have had an amulet, which they would have taken and assumed that's my only one.
Right.
But I always have another one tucked inside, like,
Please tell me in your
my
boot, like a
skivs?
spare. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like in my skivs.
Up in the, yeah. That's fair.
and it's just a small, I would say, not an amulet, but more of a,
Like a medallion?
more like a medallion
Cool. All right.
that I can use in pinch.
I'm picturing like a small 44 in your ankle holster. But anyway. And what about you? How did you do on your?
I rolled a 6, so no. However, for the spell I have in mind, it doesn't require.
That's fair. But you got the full treatment on the way in,
Oh.
and there is nothing smuggled in that you could have smuggled in, unfortunately.
Okay.
Whether you tried or not, I don't know.
Not really tried.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not a sleight of hand type of person.
That's fair. All right, so clink, clink, bang, bang, stumble, stumble, shove. In comes newly stripped down to the Gambison.
Okay. I was
which
gonna
counts-
ask.
Which counts as cloth armor?
Cool. Is that a thing?
It is.
Nothing, right?
Yeah. No, it counts as basic cloth level. I think it's 11 AC.
Yeah. I think leather is the lowest one at
No,
11.
there's
so-
also
So it's your
padded-
base of
padded
10
armor.
plus your dex bonus.
It counts as padded armor. Gambisons do. So you have an 11 for your AC
Sure.
base,
equivalent to leather.
and you,
Well
yeah, and you come stumbling in. It's been about a couple hours since your interrogation with Ostrin, your interview with Ostrin.
Great.
They were processing you, and now you have your home. Cauldron is left long ago, and there's another guard. You know him vaguely as Brent, and he's a piece of work.
Sure.
Hey, you wait here, lovely, and we'll be back to see you later. You know what we do to traitors around here? Slam. Your passive perception picks up you feel the eyes of other prisoners on you. You're in this 20 by 20 stone cage, basically. There's one door, no window. It stinks.
Where are the eyes coming from? Wait, I'm confused.
You pick up the sense that there are 2 other people in here.
Oh, I gotcha. Right.
the other
people
players at
in
the
here.
table.
I was thinking like I'm going through a.
No. You've already dragged through. So we
Gotcha.
flash forward to
Alright.
when you got dragged in and thrown into their prison cell.
I understand.
There is actually, sorry, I misspoke. There are a series of ventilation windows. Not to outside, though. It's to other next door cage, and they're up high in the roof. Right up next to the roof. And it's this little section. It's probably about a foot and a half by about a half a foot, all barred in. But the door itself, solid wood with metal reinforcements, a face opening and a food opening at the bottom. You can smell a slop bucket in the corner. There's a couple of piles of rags around, and 2 people kind of huddled together in the back corner looking.
When he comes in, I'm going to do a medicine check to see if he's injured.
You mean Grant?
No, you.
Oh, sorry, she.
Yeah,
Right.
that's okay. Henrietta.
Did Grant leave?
Yeah, Grant.
That scene already
Sorry,
ended.
yeah.
I thought they were gonna like run for the door or something,
he
so I
just-
was waiting.
Sorry,
No, we backed
you
off.
can if you want to. Okay.
Cool.
I'm not
For
going
narrative
to.
purposes, I thank you for not doing that. But you could if you want to.
Great.
You
Okay.
guys
Great.
building your plan, and then slam, and there was lots of guards. In fact, there were a few more than normal.
Oh, how many?
In all 4,
Okay.
I had escorted.
Still
Ed
within
down.
our plan.
Yeah.
So that is a 24
And sorry, you were doing
Medicine
a medicine check.
to see. To
Just at a
observe
glance,
is
makes it a little harder because you need to be able to get it close.
I'm bloodied.
But you can definitely see on the padding a pretty large and bloody, actually a pair of large and bloody slash marks.
Okay. I'm gonna quietly whisper to him. Cover me. And I'm gonna step out from
Okay.
our little
the shadows.
squat spot and approach this person who has now been shoved in here.
There's a flickering light, just enough to kind of make out shapes, not a lot of colors. If you have dark vision, you can see okay. It would be considered dim light in here, and the sconces are out in the hall, so any light is coming through the bars of the little face opening.
Hello there. I guess.
Are you friend or foe?
I like to think I'm friends, but it's not an environment I'm used to. Henrietta. Hen. Put out a hand.
Deception check.
Sure, do an insight check.
Wait, I'm confused. Are you deceiving or are you inciting?
I'm inciting you.
You want me to roll deception? I'm confused.
You can roll persuasion or deception if you'd like.
That's a
Trying to be friendly.
122.
Well, that's a 19 on the die, and I get a plus 10 to persuasion.
Seems pretty legit.
If that's what we're looking for. Yeah.
Alright, so I will relax my posture a little bit, and I'm going to cast Light.
Okay. Those. You
On a
listen
rock.
carefully until the guards have left
Yeah.
and things have
I'm
settled
just
down.
going to do it on like a small pebble
Sure,
that's in
and
the
just kind of
cell.
keep it. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So now I guess Henrietta would see me.
Yep.
Light? Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you take a second and describe what Henrietta sees, both of you. And Henrietta can do the same in a moment. Go ahead, go around.
Oh, wait. I require a firefly or a phosphorescent moss.
So you got your component. You got your
Likely I won't have that as components.
You have your arcane symbol.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Actually, I think an arcane symbol for some things can be a stand-in. I would allow it. You
Okay.
can make. You
You'll
can
allow
make
me?
it happen.
Okay.
You
It's a
reach
cantrip.
under your
Yeah, it's a
to touch
cantrip.
your medallion and you tap a stone and it glows. It's not as bright as you could make it, but
Sure.
I'll let that.
And so, go ahead.
Ashton.
Hello.
Okay.
Your name is Hen, huh? Mind telling us why they called you a traitor?
Getting a character description as you step into the light.
Character Tall, human male. Though on the slender side, very well muscled, very strong. Dark eyes looking at you. A bit of interest in terms of like who you might be.
Right.
But someone who you see has seen very dark things, darker than this, but
Okay.
almost seems to be kind of like going through life right now on a mission, but this is just one step on the path.
Doesn't seem too phased by the
Not too
environment.
phased by
Almost
where he
too
is right
capable.
now.
All right.
Cool.
And the other figure?
Yeah. You see a 5'4" tall female. To your eye, she's visibly humanoid. She's human. light skin, long green hair.
Green. Okay.
Yeah, it's green. It's colored, obviously.
What kind of green? Like a lime green or a forest green?
Forest green.
Okay.
We'll go with forest. And she's weathered. She looks weathered. And yeah, she's reaching out to you and asks, I'm somewhat of a healer. May I examine you?
I'm sure I'm fine. Did you give me your name? I'm not sure if you did or not. I just don't remember. Okay.
Neither of us gave a name.
So I'll look back at
Ashton.
Ashton. Because you asked me a question.
Asked why did they call you a traitor?
I'm a paladin. At least I guess I was until a few minutes ago.
I'm a paladin too. Still a paladin.
Got so much in common.
But I'm not one of their paladins. Are you one of their paladins?
Yeah. I'm a follower of Pelor. Pelor.
So then why are you here with us?
It's a lot. Do you mind if we don't get into it right away?
I'm shrugging.
Sorry. What was your name? I look back at
The woman.
Sherman. What was your name? I actually don't remember.
Rachelle.
Rachelle.
It is Rachelle.
There we go.
I only know this because it's written in front of me.
Hey, I wasn't told this yet.
It's all good. It's all good.
But I actually brush you off and say, do you want to potentially be healed or not?
I just wanted to address you properly. Be my guest.
So I'm going to do a proper medicine check.
Sure, absolutely.
To see-
We'll keep the same one. That's
Okay.
fine. So
Where his wounds are.
yeah, so her wounds are definitely from
Are her
slash
wounds-
marks.
yeah.
She's definitely seen. They haven't given you a chance to clean up. You've been in the woods for a long
No,
time.
yeah, and that's a perfect time to have a better character description for Hen. She's like I said before, big ox of a woman. She's broad shoulders, pretty tall for a woman. Has like short hair that's sort of sandy blonde. Otherwise, appears completely human. She's just incredibly strong and broad and heavy set, right?
And a strong presence in the room.
Yeah, and she also has this like just. You're not seeing the warmth right now, but it's like. I always think of like a Molly Weasley. That's my reference point. It's just like, yeah, there's just something about you that's very, very
There's like a twinkle
pleasant.
in the eye.
Yeah.
And an inviting nature.
Yeah,
Which is
like,
a bit uncommon in here. Most people who get dragged in are pretty bedraggled.
Yeah.
Right.
And even though you're roughed up and you're wounded, there's still a vibrance about her.
right. I don't walk in as someone who's like, oh, let go of me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm doing this, yeah.
Alright, so I will just gently touch her.
Sure. Are you going to cast a spell or just go
I am.
for... Okay, which spell are you going to cast?
Cure wounds, first level.
Okay, oddly enough, I am going to ask you to roll your spellcasting ability again.
Alright.
As well as the dice. You might as well do it at the same time.
Alrighty. That's 17.
Alright. So you cast it, go ahead and roll the dice.
Jeez. That was a waste. 5.
5
hit
HP.
points.
Nice.
Hey, every bit counts.
It does.
Alright, so there's a flash of... What color light?
Green.
Green light flashes from her palm as she waves her hand over the wounds, and some of the pain ebbs a little, right? And you feel a little bit better.
Do I see... So, you're using your, whatever they're called, religious symbol
Yeah.
to cast this. Do I see it in the process?
No, she's been keeping one hand kind of tucked up under.
Okay,
folded
but she's able to,
clothes.
like, cast it just by, like...
Yeah, she's
Okay.
holding it, and then one.
She doesn't have
hand
to,
on
like,
you.
take it out and wave it around?
No.
Alright.
So you can be much more subtle than that.
I'm pretty skilled at what I do.
However, there was the flash of light.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was magic and stuff. I was more curious about what the religions.
And after a few seconds, you also hear this. No!
Is it from inside, or?
It's from one of the neighboring cells. Now, the two of you have been in here long enough to know there's this old dude next door. He's been here for a while. You know that he's a bit nosy, and every once in a while, all the guards, when they interact with him, they've been kind of dismissive, like he's been there a while. And they're just like, shut up. They've called him various insulting names. One of them was Ty the Liar. And Grant, who fancies himself as clever, made up this nickname, Ty the Lie. Shut up, Ty the Lie. But he's occasionally been trying to chat you up. Retroactively, do you want to do a insight check or persuasion check, just to see how well you know this guy already? Sure. You've been there a while. He is moderately chatty.
16.
You said insight?
Yep.
Or persuasion.
Or persuasion.
I will go with, let me see. I will go with insight, so
Okay.
that's a 19.
All right. That's pretty high. You know enough. None of what is revealed in the next little while is news to you, but he hisses from the other side and goes, hissing. Rachelle, what have I told you? You have to be careful if they spot you casting. They're going to come down hard upon all of us.
Where's the noise coming from? He says the neighboring cell, but are we in a stone room?
You're in a stone room, but there's a small window
Gotcha.
with a little bit of a gap at the top.
Okay, so it's just some ventilation, basically.
Yeah.
Got it.
And this voice is calling from over there. You can't see through it unless you maybe want to get a boost up there.
I'm just gonna find a patch of ground.
Do be
if
careful,
anyone
my dear.
Doesn't mind.
Okay, fine.
Is there someone new?
We gotta get out of here.
I think my patience is supposed to end. You seem to trust this person since you.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but there's no point in somebody being injured and getting some kind of gangrene or rot in this place because they have no care. So, yeah,
Fair
I'm gonna
enough.
heal them.
I step
Her.
up. I step up to.
If you weren't good already, you're bumping that way.
And I say, "You know the drill." I do lay on.
Chaotic neutral.
All right, nice.
I do
think
know the
chaotic
drill.
neutral
That's
is
true.
still do.
You can choose, but I'm saying if you were tracking it, you could bump
And
to
I
good
will.
directions.
And I will restore.
Not that I would
15 hit
railroad
points.
you into that. 15. Wow.
Because I have a pool of 30.
Absolutely. All of a sudden, this flush of. Now, this is different. This is very. It's almost like someone turns off the lights for a few seconds. Around the hands is just the shadows elongate. And for a second, you can almost hear a fluttering of wings. And there's this sudden. Instead of feeling warm like her healing was, almost like a flash of anger. That adrenaline rush was what hers felt like. His healing feels like almost like a numbing cold that takes away the pain. Then the cold fades and none of the pain comes back.
Awesome. That's cool. Thanks, I guess. I'm just gonna sit down here.
Sorry, Ashton. Roll whatever your spellcasting modifier is.
Oh, you can just do lay on
I
hands.
think so.
Oh, really? So,
So the charisma.
is it spell attack bonus?
Yep.
And your
10.
and your
Okay.
proficiency, you said, right?
Yep. So that'd be the same as spell attack.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay,
10.
10.
Oh, spell attack. Okay.
All right, 10.
All right, thank you. So, you're feeling a lot better now. You sit
I
down.
am. You didn't waste anything, just so you know.
Takes a deep breath, feeling a lot better.
All right. So I kind of turn my focus away from our new cellmate. A couple of things. One, we need to get out of here. Two, why the hell did they put her in here with us when we haven't seen anybody for a week?
You do know that the cells coming down, there are probably about 8 on this level, 8 above, and in times of war and religious persecution, cell space is a
limited.
minimum.
Yeah.
So there's very few empty cells.
Okay. Well,
On this floor, there are 8.
Henrietta, if you would, I think it'd be a good time for you to tell us why you're in here before we decide to do something.
What are you gonna do?
Nothing to you, but we're thinking of leaving this place, and your story will determine whether we ask for your aid to help us get out, or we leave you be.
I don't think it really matters all that much. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna wait for my trial, and we're gonna get this all sorted out. It's all
Really
fine.
think that they're going to give you a fair trial?
You hear
Look, ask me in a week.
You hear a loud kind of sigh from next door,
You don't need to be asked in a week.
and then a cough.
All right, Ty, what now?
It's the damned. Gets to me. Yes, trial. Trials are good until they're not good.
How long
I
have
do
you
wish
been
you luck,
waiting?
whoever you are. Oh, I've had my trial. I hope yours goes better than me.
Thank you. I suppose.
I hate to give you a reality check, but you know, in times like this, justice isn't always actually just. It's a matter of perception.
I mean, look at us. We did nothing wrong.
I mean, I don't know that.
all I
Not to
was-
say anything ill about you, but I trusted a man the other day and I watched him murder someone in cold blood, so
All
I'm a
I did
little
was
hesitant.
be born.
That's what he told me.
I do not worship any wrong god. My god is just as accepted in this part. I've done nothing to any,
There's a call from Rachelle. Or should be.
or should be. And I have not harmed any individual. As I said, I was born to a race that's not accepted.
I need to make an insight because
Yeah.
you just said you never have harmed an individual, and that is almost never true about anyone ever. So I have to do this. That's a 3. So never mind. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Hey, I might get a 1. So,
Don't tell us. Persuasion or deception is your call.
It's an 8 total.
it doesn't matter. 18.
Seems pretty
Yep.
on the level.
When I say it, understanding the situation and the magnitude of the situation we're in, I will make effort to soften my features.
Hold the light in a slightly different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And seems pretty legit about it.
As for me, I managed to drag myself out of a cursed mine, wounded. Paladin that venerates death and went down there and took care of a lot of the undead. And in my weakest moments, paladins of your faith came by and trussed me up and threw me in here while I was weak. I've committed no sin. I've done many a deed to end terrible, terrible horrors.
I'll let you roll an insight check on that one. And either persuasion or deception as you deem fit.
Got a 5 this time.
I got a 10.
Total, I think that's pretty decent. I think I do beat you. I'm plus 6, so I'm 11.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. It seems right.
pretty trustworthy, but maybe leaving out some important details along the way.
Look, you both have real pretty words, but don't be offended if I withhold judgment for a while.
All right, suit yourself if you want to wait for trial, but I think soon enough.
As he says that, I'm going to bonus action mind link, and you hear my voice in your head.
Hen does? Or Ashton?
Hen does.
Okay.
And I just say, it's your funeral.
Thanks.
And then I will proceed with my plans with
Drawing their attention.
Ashton telepathically.
Sure. So they just sit and stare at each
Because
other.
at
Do you
this
actually
point
mind
now
link
I've lost trust.
Since you've mind linked,
Is
I'll
that a
then
spell effect? That's
It's a racial.
Oh, it's a
It's a
racial.
racial ability
Okay.
I can do. And
All right. Absolutely.
whether they are able to be telepathic or not, I can
Hear them.
create the link where they can communicate with me telepathically
Fantastic.
till the start of my next turn.
You got yourself a prison cell phone.
I do.
Burn your phone.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I love how these guys are whispering. As they huddle off into a corner and start whispering, do you hear a
In their
quiet
minds.
humming to yourself? Do an intelligence check for me.
Sure, I'll have to check that, but I will roll the die.
Sure.
Intelligence for me is
I'm going to give you advantage on this one.
+1.
Advantage.
Okay.
There's a reason.
because I rolled a 3. That's
And it's
why.
not just railroading.
11 total. This is an ability check though? So do I get my Jack of all
This
trades?
is no. You would get Jack of all trades on
So
this.
I will take a 12.
Oh, actually, I would also allow performance if you have it.
I don't think. Well, do I have performance? I don't think I do because I wasn't
You're
level
not
1
that
bard.
kind of-
Not that it would matter. I think that you can choose not to have
Yeah.
performance anyway. But like, I'm not like an entertainer,
Right.
right? I don't have that whole thing.
It doesn't take much. I was looking for a 10.
Cool.
And this, you got advantage because this is an old song. You remember this song very well.
There's a song.
So from next door, you hear a humming, an old hymn.
Okay.
You hear Tyan humming away an old hymn of Pelor. Like old. You haven't heard since your grandfather days.
Nice. I don't think that's gonna get picked up.
Yeah, it's okay.
I want to reach here on my chest, which I assume I do not have my
Where you're... No.
yeah, or whistle or whatever it was. I assumed as much, but had to check because
Well, you could do a sleight of hand to see if they would take it from you.
I mean I wasn't trying to hide it, but I also didn't like for it because it's like, okay.
Well, do a
your
sleight of
thing.
hand and that'll basically count as your luck.
Sure, I'll do that. That's an 11 on the die, and I don't think I.
Haldren was the one who patted you down.
I think 13. That sounds
13?
right. Yeah.
Haldren looked at it and was like, entertain yourself while you're in there.
Great.
He's still feeling pretty sad that you're being hauled down.
Great. I imagine I probably have enough control that I can. Like, it's not like a single. There's not only one volume setting on my whistle.
It's not a tin whistle, is it?
Right, exactly. So I think that I'll play along basically. Like I will match the tenor.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you start to play, there's a little pause, and then as the lyrics would next begin, you hear this really old voice singing this old hymn, and it's in common, and the lyrics basically talk about honor and duty and light and life and the time they came together.
Right.
It's written probably within the last 50 years or so.
Oh, not that old.
So it's not like ancient, but it was big mostly at around the time of the big battle for Vasselheim.
Right.
To commemorate that. You're a bard. What was your intelligence check again? 11?
There was some. It was written by some bard. You studied other bards a little, just kind of flipping through it. And
Yeah,
it was
I
written
remember
by
the role.
some bard. You just know it was like something.
Yeah, I think it was a total
To
of
kinda
12
commemorate
or
that
13,
time.
12 probably. Anyway,
And you
yeah,
hear
great.
the emotion in the voice is just like, it's like you've played a song that just spoke to this. And as the voice sings, you hear the years drop away for a few moments.
Right.
And we shall never forget the fallen. Something like that.
Sure, yeah. I'm just sort of like eyes closed,
Coming
sort of
through.
serene.
These other
look
two are
on me.
huddled in the opposite
Yeah.
corner, and you're staring up at this hole in the wall from this old voice
Yeah.
in the dark, or near dark.
Sorry that I'm not biting.
That's all right.
I'm just like I am totally serene. This is just, it's calming, and I'm ready to wait for what is to come to me.
Sure. Through the hole, you hear. You can all hear this at any point. You hear Tyan, and he's been very cryptic at times,
Okay.
but he calls out through the hole this time and says, "I haven't heard that song in a while." You know, I was there. Oh, I was no hero. But I was there.
So it wasn't Ty singing it?
Ty had been singing it.
Okay.
He's definitely older. You haven't seen him yet. I remember. We were full of plum and vigor at the time. Ready to take on the world. Fresh recruits. To the Bastion of Bela. We were a mixed group, and half of them fled when they saw the monstrosity step over the mountain. The height of it. It looked small at first. And then half of the troops left. Half of us stayed. And yet, somehow we banded together. All of us. Raven Queen, Ayun, Gord, Pelor, even some we'd never heard of. It didn't matter. We were fighting for our lives. I'm sorry, I'm prattling on. I'm an old fool. An old blind fool.
It's all right. Rest. Thank you for that.
No. Thank you. Does a good deed for an old man's heart. Before my appointment.
Cool.
He sounds
We'll see.
pretty rugged.
I would have imagined over the period of time I would have attempted to heal him. Or tried to.
You'd need line of sight, right? Yeah.
You have offered,
And he's
and Ashton was going to boost you up, and he kept saying things like, "Oh, that's fine, my dear. Save your strength. Be all right.
That's what
I have a few tricks up my sleeve still. This place will not be the end of me."
Nor will it be the end of I, so
Don't worry, we'll be out here soon enough and you'll be with us.
My old back is too bent for running. The fugitive life wouldn't suit me very well. But I appreciate the offer.
If you could do me one favor,
What's that?
if you do get out of here, can you find my daughter?
What's your name?
Sarah. Sarah Telborn. Not the same Sarah. Sorry. I already decided her name. There are more than one Sarah.
Sarah Telborn.
Telborn.
It was just extra funny because I was like, "Are you gonna say Hen? Are you gonna do that?" And then you said Sarah, so it just like threw me. It was really funny because of the other character I'm playing.
And where does she reside?
Well, she's followed a less pious path than her father. I'm afraid I'm not sure. Last I heard, she was keeping with some ill company. If you're looking for her, she used to frequent the Fallen Tree. It's a tavern just south of. He names a town, another town.
Okay.
Name a town, internet.
Should we find her what?
I would like you to tell her. Don't do anything foolish. I'm still fighting my fight. And she will find her fight in time. I just hope it can be helpful instead of harming. I would be in your debt. Is it Ashton?
That's right.
This has been a good day. A song and a promise. If you can't, of course, I understand. It would do well for her not to end up in a place such as this. Although, if I'd been a betting man, I would have thought she would have been here before me. She takes after her mother.
Fair enough, old man.
Yeah, I'll give my assurance that should I escape, when I escape, I will seek her out. But no promises that I'll find her.
Oh, and, Hen, was it Henrietta?
Henrietta, you can call me Hen.
Do you mind if I ask your last name?
Pedersen.
Pedersen. You're not related to a... What's your granddaddy's name?
Oh, no, you make it up.
Internet? What's her granddaddy's name? Name that granddaddy. Grandpappy. We'll just call him... You're not related to her.
You can go
Pedersen.
Patrick. You can go Patrick Pedersen.
Patrick Pedersen. What is with you and the
The alliteration.
alliteration piece?
I played a character named Patrick. He went by Trick. It's the same
Nice.
trick I'm doing with Hen, but
Nice.
in the opposite side
Opposite
of the
way.
name.
So yes, it's... You wouldn't be related to a Patrick Pedersen, would you?
That's my grandfather. I mean, could be.
No. From what I remember, he's the kind that would have waited for a trial, too. Well, I certainly hope that you get home to your family. If you're hoping for justice, I wouldn't hedge your bets.
You knew him.
I knew your grandfather. Not well. But we were once stationed together briefly. I believe it's only for a short time before I got the Meistership here. For those who pay attention, the Meisters would be kind of like, it's not a commander, but it would be like almost like a moral, almost like a chaplain.
Okay. Cool.
But it would be like the head chaplain. So these days, go ahead and roll a religion check or a religion check.
I'll have
Anyone who
proficiency in
wants
that, so that's a thing. 17 on the die, proficiency at,
buckets.
what, 6, so it's plus 3,
So-
and then my intelligence is 1, so...
Yeah, you
21?
buckets and buckets. Meisters used to have quite a lot of authority around here. Lately, they've been staffing with the slightly lower rank officially, but the much more tenacious inquisitors.
Sure, okay, I see what you're saying.
So they've kind of pushed out a lot of the Meisters,
Right.
and you suddenly realize who this is.
Oh, wow, okay.
You're like, oh, crap. Like, the Inquisitors had already been kind of dealing with the day-to-day. They'd been
Right.
keeping the Meisters a little bit further removed from the day-to-day running of things. Generally, they began to be relegated to the more, like, moral support rather than the day-to-day, and the Inquisitors are actually much more, inquisity,
Right, yes.
as the name would suggest. You met him at least once, but didn't actually, being a recruit,
Sure.
not exactly going to be like, hi. So he.
Oh, I don't know
definitely-
him through Lane. Okay, I thought
No,
it was
no,
gonna
he
be
was
like,
stationed in this.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to say I
Darcy.
knew him through, like, my family for some reason. Got
No,
it.
but
Okay.
he had known your grandfather. That just came to light. That's
Right,
news.
yeah.
But you realize suddenly who you're talking to. He was basically the chaplain of this place, and now he's imprisoned.
Yeah,
You'd never heard him referred to by his first name before.
sure. He's chaplain.
Yeah.
Or, what did you say, Meister?
Meister.
Meister? The T?
Like master, but with an E. And he, you never referred to him as by his first name before. Telborn, not surprisingly, was his last name.
I don't know why that's not surprising, but okay.
Well, you knew this from before,
Sure.
but it's the same name as last name as the daughter.
Right, okay, right. That was already mentioned. That's why you're saying it's not surprising.
So Tyan Telborn, he was here long before you were here, as far as you could tell.
Yeah.
You only had the chance to meet him once. He was doing more of the kind of officiant clergy kind of level of things, but now somehow has found himself down here. Let's just say, I had expected better of Lord Commander. And, well, his patience is not a virtue that he possesses.
I want this guy to make a persuasion check
abundance.
against me. I want
Sure.
righteous fire stirred within me.
Sure.
Without me having to make decisions.
Alright, you can go ahead and roll your insight check.
Sure, I'll
I
take insight.
suppose.
Why not? I don't know why that's going to be a resistance.
I roll it across the whole.
I got a 2!
Pass without trace.
Do you have that?
What do you guys think? Should the crit that I rolled on the floor count? No, floor dice don't count. Okay, I'll roll it again.
Unless they count for us too.
How's a 19 roll for you?
I am so into it. He
Oh,
got
you rolled a
he got
two.
a mini crit and I got a mini crit fail.
Yeah, like just
2
one
and a
shy on
19,
each.
yeah. So yeah, it's just like this like it's not like you like a big impassioned charismatic speech, but it's like
It's a
true
quiet,
from the
like,
heart,
ooh.
and it stirs these like
just
fires in
sinks.
me. Oh, it's great. I'm into
You're
it.
just, it's almost like you just feel this shudder
Yeah.
through your body of like, oh, you knew things weren't good, but you did not
Yeah.
know it was this bad.
It's like I stand up and I say, I can't sit here. I'm a paladin. I gotta help people. Thank you.
I'm just an old man now. I have no sway. But if I'm helping, good. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should all be doing. And it shouldn't matter if you're a follower of Tempest or Ashton. What are you again?
He actually says that through the wall.
Nice.
Don't follow one specific dog, to be quite frank.
I don't follow one specific god, just the ones that honor the dead. Kellenthor, Raven Queen, are just some of the names.
Ah, yes. Yes. It doesn't matter. If you have good in your heart and you are helping, when the world rose up against a tyrant ascendant, it didn't matter, and it shouldn't matter now, and I tried to explain that to Ostrin, but he's damn foolish pride and blind arrogance. He's hurting a lot of people.
I don't know who this person is.
I say we kill him.
Tell us to the...
Ostrin?
Yeah, actually.
You had a very brief meeting with him, and he's like, they basically rubber stamped your case as like, deal with the heretics later.
Right. I don't really know this person. I can take a guess at who he was, but Ty, I'm probably gonna punch him in the face.
Oh, well, far be it from me to advocate that, but let's just say he's probably got it coming.
Alright. So I'm going to do a perception
Okay.
to see if I hear the guards coming.
Sure. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little break here. You guys can kind of come up with your plan. When we come back, we will put it into action.
Cool.
Okay? I'm just going to leave this rolling if that's okay.
We've already come up with our plan.
Oh, you already came up with your plan. In whisper mode.
Yes. We've
If you're-
been telepathically.
Right. As it should
Now,
be.
whether or not our comrade jumps on board will be their decision.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing. Yeah.
Man, all my spells are so useless. I love it.
That really is your MO. All right, I'll be right back.
It is.
Get myself another coffee. All right,
Coffee,
I'll stop.
coffee.
You might as well turn it
I'll stop
off.
it. All right, and we are back. And if this is a new one, this is SideQuests Live. We're playing Dungeons. Sidestep.
That was
to the
completely
side.
illegible.
Yeah.
Illegible? That's not right.
Yeah.
Incomprehensible? Words. Words are really useful for
Incomparable.
podcasts. I've been told this.
Warbud. Warbubs.
Pen, your
Warbles.
renewed fervor is almost inspiring.
Shut up.
I love how that sounds legitimately. Honestly, though, you're a cleric of death. It would probably come across like that, or a paladin of
Man, I
death.
really wish we had cameras. The look you gave me was so funny.
That was pretty good. Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Well, once my basement gets back on board, we can do some cameras.
So funny to me. Oh, man. No, I'm not doing that.
So, just for sake of brevity, is the next step happening in the same day, or do we plan to stay one more evening? Or are we getting the F out of Dodge? F out of Dodge. Gotcha.
F out of Dodge.
F out of Dodge.
All right, so I'm just going to do a little quick sketch here so you can kind of see what you're looking at, and I will upload this later on. Make sure this is on.
It is on. I can
okay.
see it from my
Little
side.
red light. All right. So essentially, the whole layout is essentially a big square, and then the center, the hallway, is a big square around a central column, as you will. And there's a squarish staircase leading up right through the center with kind of platforms as you go.
Oh, okay.
And then the hallway wraps around that large central square, and the prison rooms branch off of that in a highly detailed, amazing, artful drawing that I am currently doing.
Hey, it doesn't have to be good. It has to work.
Is it functional? Yes.
It is. And then the doors open outwards.
And where are we?
You guys are in this one in the top northeast corner.
So this door that can swing out, as you said, it's a door, but it has like a grate to look out of, right?
Yep.
So if I look around, are there any?
And there's the one next to you between the two rooms, like so. So you guys are in this one.
And there's like, that's way up there, yeah.
And that's only about, you could actually give a boost and look through if you wanted to. It's probably a good, 10 feet up.
And that's a stairwell up.
And that's a stairwell up and descending down. There are levels below as well.
Cool.
Up is essentially the garrison.
Do we know how far
so
down
there
we
were
are?
a lot of paladins
We're
and
at
fighters and all that
least
stuff.
2 floors down.
Yeah, you're on the second basement floor.
Got it.
So there's one kind of processing on the main floor,
Okay.
then one above you, and then where you guys are. And you would know,
Yes.
Hen would know, that there's another 2 floors down.
Okay.
And roll an intelligence check. Now that I know it's your dump stat, I'm gonna...
It's not my dump stat, my wisdom is.
Oh, your wisdom.
I rolled a 19.
Whoa.
I got a 1 from my intelligence and 1.
Whoa.
well,
Okay.
1 from
Cut
Jack of all
back
trades.
to the time Grant tried to pick you up in the bar.
Yeah, that
Okay.
happened.
Hey, baby. Nobody. You stick with me and I'll get you the cushy assignments.
Uh-huh.
All you gotta do is deliver food to these poor bastards down there. And you can even step out and have yourself a nice little smoke or a bit of private time. I know those places like the back of me. What that? Do you think that's cancerous?
He plied you with drinks and probably got nowhere, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He's not the most pleasant of individuals. He did, however, brag that he could bring you on a tour even through the tunnels underneath.
Right. Figured it was going to something like that. Yeah. Cool.
It's not.
Anyway,
So
don't think that's
telepathically, I
Cut
will
back.
ask Ashton.
Griffin.
My friend's called me.
Griffin's not here, but I have Alton stuck in my head because
I think that was Ulster.
Yeah, you're right.
was it Alston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's been a long time, months. That's like years in my world. So
that's from next door.
Yeah.
he's
Obviously.
She seems
All my NPCs
a bit
have
more
pneumonia.
renewed in energy. Should I?
Hen,
You're gonna do it. Okay.
so does this mean you want to get out?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Wish I had a plan about, what to do after, but
Well,
start.
you used to...
First, we have to figure out getting out. Then we plan about what happens
So you
after.
guys are essentially trying to remember from when you came in. You knew that there were probably at any given time about probably a good... The garrison probably holds about 30, 40, maybe 50 guards at any time. But not all of them only on duty. You know there are 10 who regularly patrol this area, not all on the same floor at the same time, and they also do shift work.
Now, where do they leave the keys in terms of the cells?
You go ahead and roll a perception check to see if you've been able to figure out that.
So basically, I am ascertaining: are they on their person and they carry them with them, or like
Have you
in
seen
some?
ever seen a handoff? Do a perception check retroactively. You can too, Ashton.
That's 10.
That's worse.
That's what shite.
All right. Well,
It's an act.
you know that when they get to the second floor, they've already got keys. You've tried to spot to see if it's the same keys or different keys. It's hard to tell. If you had to guess, probably the same keys. So they've been passing them.
But it's
somehow.
not like an old West jailhouse where
Where
they
they
leave
leave
them
them
across, and you can like try to get them.
You couldn't remember it. Like you only really noticed that when they're coming or going, dropping someone off. In which case they need the keys. So you're trying to remember if they have been carrying them just as they're walking through, and you weren't unable to ascertain that.
I want to do one of these fancy magic checks to see if I can cast a spell, like everyone else is doing.
Sure.
I point at, I take out the whistle flute thing at my neck, hold it up to my lips.
The volume. You know it's fantasy when it's a volume variable tin flute.
It's not a tin flute. It's like made of wood or something.
Pan
Take
flute?
that, tin flute. No, okay, so you've got a flute, and you're going to toot it?
No, not really. I'm using it as a focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And instead of making any noise at all, I'm casting message.
Okay.
So I figure this conversation might be getting kind of loud if we're literally planning a share. Obviously, you guys have mental stuff, but I wasn't part of that.
That's right. Tonight on Dungeons and Dragons, we're doing an old-fashioned prison break.
Prison breaks are great. So yeah, I'll hold it. I don't know. Do you want me to roll first?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll your
So
spell
what's that, like
casting
+7.
ability.
Let's look at
It's
everyone
like
else
your
has
attack.
2. 18 plus.
Whoa. Oh yeah, you're fine.
Hold the whistle up, and you hear. It's not technically in your mind. It's like in your ear, right? It's like a whisper. It's a message spell.
Would you like to whisper to Rachelle?
2 floors down. There's some old tunnels. You can head it that way.
Do we both hear it?
It would just be Rachelle. but
And I will
you're, like,
telepathically.
mind link stuff. So
So
not
it-
part of that anymore, right? You dropped it from me, and it's just him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can target.
Yeah.
And I don't believe I can target more than one subject at a time.
That sounds
I'll
true.
allow you to make a call because it doesn't discern.
I'm unfamiliar with it, so I'm just trusting you on this one.
I'm gonna just look.
That's
so
your chance to be-
read it. Mind link. You can speak telepathically to any creature you see within 60 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic
And
message.
it just kind of happens.
But the creature must be able to understand at least one language. So you can't telepathy with a dog.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say that you can, because it's just any creature. It's almost like tuning your ear, but you can bap it back and forth super fast.
Yeah, it sounds like it's literally the exact same as the monster ability telepathy.
Yeah.
Which last session we had sending to everyone, even though that's technically not how it works in the Master Manual.
True.
So hey, there's precedent for it
There
working
you go.
that way.
There you go. So yeah, you can tie them both in,
I will.
and you pass on that, and
Yeah. And I think we'll fill her. Sorry, Darcy. Fill her in on our well-laid plan.
Cool. We just say it happened. We don't need to actually go through it all.
I am waiting with bated breath.
Me
I'm just
too!
gonna mention a few items that may or may not be useful to you. You have been managing to file off a little pieces of iron here and there, because I
Yes.
know that's a spell component you're on the look for.
Yes.
Obviously, you can pick up a couple of stones here and there. Nothing too big, but there is actually a loose stone in a corner. It's not going to be like you're not going to be able to tunnel for it. I see you looking at me all Andy Dufresne.
I don't know what that means.
I do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go. There's an old. You need to watch that movie.
Yeah.
I need to watch a lot of movies, so put it on the list.
That one should be at the top.
Yeah.
Like that's, yeah, Shawshank Redemption.
Got it. Thank you.
Definitely worth it.
Fantastic.
I don't think I'm
I was
getting
busy
getting caught
living,
between Green
get
Mile
busy
and
dying.
Shawshank, but it was Shawshank. And oh yeah.
So anyway, you definitely have a loose stone in the back corner that is good hand size, almost like
Sure.
not quite head size, but decent.
That is more than all I need.
And you just can pry that loose with a little bit of work. There's the slop bucket, which is pretty full. There's old wooden. There's no utensils, but there is a couple of old wooden plates and platters that are brought in with some moldy bread on it. The bread is. Let me roll for it. Yeah, the bread started green and is now turning blue.
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
And definitely funky. And very hard.
Bit of funk to
Yeah, you
it.
did roll that.
The pieces of bread that you haven't eaten, actually, you've been in here a while, you've probably eaten. Do me a favor, actually. Both people who've been here a week, roll me a constitution check.
Does it help that he's immune to disease?
Immune to disease.
Does that work? I know it's not
This
disease.
is general starvation as well, it's not just that. But I will let
Fellas
you roll
never
with
get to
advantage.
use that move.
That is not what I
Oh,
meant
that
to.
is not
I
good.
meant to roll in here and it just slipped. But it is on the table, so
Yep.
I'll accept it.
You get a +4, by the way.
Ooh,
Is that always on?
In addition
Nice.
to my +3.
Correct.
that might save her bacon
Or
here.
protection.
10.
And wow, with advantage, Ashton rolls a 2 and a 20.
Yeah.
So you are fine. You're healthy.
You should be.
glowing.
This is nothing compared to that undead mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you are doing
I might
great.
be hurting a little.
This has been like a spa for you.
I'm saying, why are you in such a hurry to leave? Come on.
Nice
I've
and
grown
quiet.
bored. It's time to go.
10.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, you
What did I need?
You needed a 10. So you are fine. You don't get any fatigue points or anything like that.
Woohoo!
You might have been rolling skills with a disadvantage.
Yeah.
You are fine.
Okay.
All right. Henrietta doesn't have to roll yet. You haven't been here very long.
Yeah.
All right. So what else is around here? There's on the hallway. You could probably pry off a sconce if you wanted
I
to.
think we can, like, backfill anything that seems appropriate. We don't need to
Yeah.
go through an itemized
Just
list.
trying to generate some ideas. All right.
All right. Before we do anything,
Ooh, I
Henrietta.
like simultaneous.
Do you, since you've been here, besides the tunnels, do you know where they might have taken our equipment?
You can't telepathy to me, though, right?
I'm just saying.
I just want to know, because we're linked, but that's not how it works, right? It's not like a web.
Or I could relay it.
by the definition, if I send telepathically,
You can hear them back.
I can hear them back. So I'm assuming if I'm linked to both of them, we can all hear each other.
You would have to consciously.
I don't
It's gonna be
know.
a mess.
Or
It's
I
what
could
do
just-
you want as a GM?
Or I could just
like,
relay
honestly,
do you
I
want it to be
kinda-
a restriction, or do you want to be like, who cares?
I'm for the sake
really
of
the
the
question.
podcast. I don't want to have to make you repeat everything. So let's just say you're able to,
Yeah.
between quiet whispers and just leaving out words that might raise suspicion,
Right,
and then
right.
you sending the words that are specific.
Right.
We're just gonna say you get your meaning across.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
what was it you wanted to ask again?
I wanted to know if Henrietta had any idea where our equipment is stored.
I probably do. I got, like, whatever that roll was. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't for... I assume it was for
I think it
general
was a 15
stuff.
or over, right? So you beat the DC 15.
Yeah, it was like a 19 on the die or something. It was
that's
like... It was
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know that they do take the stuff, and it unless it's been divvied up and cast lots for, if it was anything too fancy, if it was fairly generic, it would probably be in the processing room, which is not this flight, one above and one above that. So 2 flights up, where
Okay.
you were just not stripped, but where they took all your stuff.
Yeah, so I'll say something like that.
There's
Hopefully
a
it's up.
storage locker.
Is there anything you
there.
need?
Yeah, my stuff.
There's also several
right.
guards in that room, or at least around there. There's kind of a
That is not the path of least resistance.
depends on how
let's
badly
see.
you need your stuff.
Let's see how strong we are.
Because remember, we have no armor. We're vulnerable right now. We have a choice based on what Henrietta has told us. We can get out of here and go downstairs, and they're none the wiser that we're gone until they come check on us.
Yeah, if we can get out with no one seeing us, that'd be best.
You guys get to decide that.
I mean,
It'll be my only
that'll
ever
require
non-disadvantaged
you-
stealth check.
to somehow do your thing, get access to a key, and get back to unlock us.
Okay.
Your call. It's more risk for you. I can't get out of here without being unlocked.
The first thing I'll do is get a key.
So, we've seen the key, yes?
You have
We
seen
are
the key.
familiar with the key.
You are familiar with the key.
Where is it?
I can locate object.
Nice.
Nice.
Then there you go. Where's the key?
So, I am going to mind's eye the key.
You have a very clear image of it. You've been staring at it every day, at least once.
Yes. I really want to, get out of here. So, why are you not letting me? Okay.
Technology. Isn't
I
it
know.
wonderful?
Technology, woohoo!
It really is, yeah.
So, I am going to do my. Ooh. I look around. Do I have access to a forked type twig. Doesn't have to be big. Just says twig. Twig can be this big.
Does it cost gold?
Honestly,
No.
Just use your thing.
you're like, you said this mentally out loud. If I only had a twig, you were living in the brush for like better part of a week.
Is it in
It's
in her hair?
Henrietta's hair.
Nice.
I'm like,
I'm into
The
it.
fork is actually semi-broken, but with a little love, it might stay there.
okay. And I will cast. And I know the direction, if it's moving, and its location. And as long as it's within 1,000 feet. I am sure it's within 1,000 feet of us.
Okay.
One direction or another. It's not directionality specific.
Yeah.
It has to be known to me as long as I have been able to see it up close within 30 feet.
Which you definitely
I
have.
have.
Yeah.
At least once. All right. So here we go.
Blood the dowsing rod.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your...
Nice.
Okay.
15 plus?
That is 15.
Now, it doesn't normally require a roll, am I right? Or
No,
does?
it does not.
Right,
This
so
is
this is my house
preempting
rule.
your
Yeah.
house rule, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I was, yeah, exactly.
So you
15,
concentrate
16,
and you
17,
feel
18, 19,
the
20, 21,
tug.
22.
And you feel the almost like the rhythm, that pulse of not adrenaline exactly, but that moment when you catch your breath before you know you're about to face a challenge. And there's a little tug, and the stick pulls, and you can actually. It's almost like you can't quite see it, but with your mind's eye, you hear a jingle, a little jangle of keys, and 2 stories down, you get a very clear picture in your mind. It's not quite a scribe, but it's almost that sense. 2 stories down, probably, what is that, about not quite 100 feet, towards the southwest, and you rolled so highly, I'm going to actually let you get a little quick flash in your mind of it. You see it dangling from a belt, and you hear and then you hear water jangle jangle.
Telepathically, I am describing every minutia that I see, hear, sense.
Can you send images with your telepathy?
I don't think.
I know with familiars you can.
Yeah, with your language,
It's language.
I
Okay, just
get the
checking if
sense
you can
it's
send
only
an image.
language,
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
So it's on Brent.
It's on somebody.
Somebody.
It is moving slightly, and it's a concentration spell.
Yes.
So you get the
10
sense.
minutes.
It was still. Oh, now it's moving.
All right.
All right, it's
So-
going around in this kind of semicircle around.
South or up? Toward us.
Just in a circle around. It's like 2 floors down in the circle of. It's a similar layout.
All right.
So somebody's pacing around with it.
Okay, now, vamp out. Run down. You've only got one person you need to deal with. I say you knock him out quick and dirty, grab it, run back up here, unlock us, and we get out.
Don't you want to wait until he comes up and then you cast your person?
He's just going in circles. I don't know that he's going to come up,
At least
and
not
we
in the next
risk
10 minutes, maybe.
and we risk the fact that more than just him will come up.
Sure call.
How's your sleight of hand?
Not good.
Then you can potentially try to one-shot him. You don't get that sneak attack assassinate. Too bad. Up to you. You're taking the risk, not me.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look around the room. Is there anything that like a sconces that I could grab or something? something?
In the hallway, yeah. And then there's that loose rock that you've been kind of picking at. But there's nothing
I'll take the loose rock.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I knew that rock would come in handy. That's why I went and describe it.
And so just to be clear, Rachelle, this person's alone, 2 stories down in the stairwell.
That's the imagery I got.
Done. I cast Misty Step.
Ooh, okay. So you can appear within 30 feet. So I'm guessing in the hall.
60. I thought
30.
it was. Was it 30?
So you can easily get through the door.
Yeah. Where's the stairwell going down?
So the stairwell going down is right here. This is the kind of entryway for it. It is open, just
Okay.
stone.
Okay.
So it's down the hall, directly straight ahead from your door.
So
You
I can
even
just- I can
see.
just
You can
vamp
go
here.
bloop, right there.
Well, I'm gonna vamp right here, just
Okay.
not
Oh, like at the corner.
at the corner.
But you haven't turned around the corner. Okay, sure, absolutely.
Oh.
Roll your noticeability in casting.
Great. 10.
Okay,
Okay.
so you just standard pop, or what are you?
Like a kind of like a ashen mist
Okay,
with a hint of silver.
almost like the ashes which you will eventually become.
Yeah. Swirls, and I just go
Through there and on the other side, very misty step.
Man, I have had flashbacks here.
Yeah, no kidding.
We gotta figure out how to stop that. This is a huge security risk.
So, actually,
It's Misty Step. It's the same
yeah,
thing.
no, but this was part of a conversation you once overheard from people, and they were like, "Oh yes, well, this was back to you picking up with Brent." They're like, "You remember? Oh, and there's this Overwatch. You know, we've got a couple of clerics on, the Inquisitors on duty to notice any mojo, mumbo jumbo. They said they came up with some way to sniff it out. So
Right.
if they have us point, we go running." This suddenly,
Sure.
wouldn't it be great if you could stop that? They can't stop it. Wait a minute. That Dick Grant, he once mentioned they could maybe pick it up.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about me and how I couldn't stop Fenris.
Yeah, oh, I know.
It's like, I got you. You're over there.
All right, so you're at the corner. You're kind of
Do I notice any noise coming up?
do a perception check.
That would
Still circling.
14.
Down below.
Still circling.
14?
Yep.
Nothing.
I don't hear any noise coming
Well, you
up.
hear some of the prisoners coughing, a couple of them moaning from their interrogations in the various cells around, but you don't hear anything on the stairs. Certainly not boots.
I'm going to, as I heard her say, 2 stories down, I'm going to start going down the steps.
I'm still
Quietly.
telling him what I see.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much range does that have?
1,000 feet.
Nice.
Nice.
No, the
Oh!
telepathy.
The telepathy. Shit, right.
It
No.
doesn't need line though, right? Once it's established? I don't know if it does or not.
That's a good question. It's a racial feature.
Good question. Anyway, roll a stealth check there, Ashton.
I believe it's 60 feet of me.
Cool. They'll get you away.
So
Yeah,
Not
you
very
can keep it up
stealthy.
for a while. Clank, clank, clank.
It's like doom.
it won't be all the way.
No, it won't, but, you know.
I'll
very
lose
stealthy.
you at about.
I
You'll
will-
have
I will
40
point
feet
out-
alone.
You peek through the bars. You can see him poke it. You can see Hen can see Ashton looking around the corner to go down the stairs. Kind of take a deep breath and pause, give a listen, and then start down and slip on the top step and you hear, and grab the sconce as it goes, and you hear as the sconce comes off the wall. And do a dexterity save there, Ashton.
Would I?
It's not quite a 1, but you rolled a 3.
Oof.
This is just to see exactly. Oh,
That one is a 1.
okay. So you go to catch the sconce,
yeah.
and it goes out of your hands and rattle, rattle, crash, crash, crash. And the torch inside goes out. It's dimmer in the hall. You can still see Ashton at the top of the stairs through the door if you want.
All right. After that, I start actually running down the stairs.
There's a pause.
In the movement,
Yep.
I tell Ashton.
Yeah, I'm running down the stairs.
Okay, you run down the
I'm
stairs.
gonna go down the 2 flights. What you
Okay,
said.
you're booking it. The movement starts moving upwards up the stairs.
He's coming towards you.
It's real crackly now. You're going down the stairs. I'm gonna get you to roll initiative, please.
All right.
Oh no, we're not there to help you.
All right. Not the greatest rolls. So, how'd you do?
It turns out it's a monster in there. Who knew? Didn't see that coming. I keep looking up.
Sometimes they give stats for
Yeah, they're at the very back.
Yeah.
They're the last.
the last
appendix.
few. Yeah.
Yeah, if you started at the back of the book, I wouldn't have said that, but I was like, that doesn't have any NPCs in it yet,
Alright,
that section.
There you go.
No reason. I'm just looking up guard. All right. What was yours?
Probably a better guard, right, than that one? I don't know.
All right.
I can only imagine the default guard in the monster manual is like something you can defeat at level 1. Like, not actually able to ever do anything.
But when you're
I mean, I just think I wouldn't trust them to guard a prison. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right, so you get to go first as you run around the corner, nose to, well, more like your nose to their forehead of this kind of semi-rumply guard. Grant has been hauling up the stairs to see what the clatter was. He does have a short sword, or a mace.
Yep. A mace drawn.
A mace drawn in his right hand, and he's coming up the stairs kind of left circle, so he's got his right handed so he can swing real good. You're going down the stairs so that you are using your offhand for any attacks.
Were they palling around in armor?
He's in chain shirt.
Change shirt,
Oh,
like the
okay,
medium
there you
version.
go. Well, that
Okay.
explains why you're in prison. You're left-handed.
Oh,
now
yeah,
you know.
that makes sense. Now I get it.
Now
Okay.
you know.
All right. So,
That's now canon.
I believe that.
He's a witch.
All right.
so he has a mace.
He's got a mace, but you get the drop on him. So what do you want to do?
I am going to.
You got a rock.
You got a rock.
I've got a rock.
Box his ears.
And I think I'm going to use it.
Okay. Go for
Okay.
it. You're choosing to attack. Do you attack twice?
I do.
All right, go for it.
There's no one else with him.
Just him.
Just him.
Right now. You're in the stairwell too, so you're currently out of vision of
Okay,
any
good,
prisoners
good.
in
First attack.
cells.
That one.
You go to swing and you're used that whole. This
never
is
rolled
actually
something.
why
He's
they
too close.
designed the. Yeah, you're too
Like,
close.
woo.
And as you come up, he just gets an arm up
Yeah.
and does this little flip,
Yeah.
and the rock goes scattering off down the stairs.
Second attack. I'm going
Unarmed or grapple.
Second attack. I'm going to. I'm going to shove him down the stairs.
Okay.
Man.
This is going to be
Contested
just a
strength.
contested knockdown.
So.
Tested shove, I suppose.
Okay, what do you got?
This is like a skill check.
Yeah. Just for athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Athletics versus athletics.
9. Not good.
You shove him,
Yeah.
and he is surprisingly solid. He was
Okay.
running up the stairs and just like.
Just too much momentum. Just keeps going.
Yeah,
All right.
and the momentum kind of bowls you up, back on your heels a little bit, so you're
Yeah.
ineffective in your shove.
Okay.
You don't fall over or anything, but neither does he.
Got it.
All right, his turn. What you? Hey! And he instinctively let's see. Let's do an intelligence check for Brent.
Sure. Give him that
Oh, I was
negative
gonna do
1.
this over here. I like to roll behind the screen so I can cheat. I mean,
I have no idea.
he's like, well, you're not supposed to. And before he can even think, he's just like, you've already swung. There was a rock. You shoved. Oh, swing first, shout later.
Okay,
So
sure.
he's swinging at you. The flip side is he failed his intelligence to yell for help, which is his training.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But on the swing, got a natural 20.
Okay.
Maces are D8s, if I remember correctly.
I doubt it,
Or
but they
D6?
might be. They're probably 6.
I have a mace.
Most one-handed weapons
Well,
are
I
6.
don't on
I'm
the-
pretty
at
sure
the
the only
moment.
one-handed weapon that's an 8 is the
It
Oh,
is bludgeoning
longsword?
D6.
longsword and rapier. Yeah.
D6
D6.
it is. Twice on the die brings it to 6 plus 1. So 7 bludgeoning damage, sir. I'm assuming a natural 20 hits.
Yeah. It does.
It does.
In the rules, it just does. Doesn't even matter what his AC is.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's the only time that works.
It's a crit hit.
Yep, crit hit. Alright,
But then again,
you're
fails
bash
crit fail.
real good, but still probably fine at level 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty fine. I'm like, so that just happened. Okay.
He does at this point call out, but
I'm
it's not a
going to-
full-throated.
Yeah. So I noticed that.
Where in the stairs are they? Is he like still at the top enough that we can see this happening? If we like crane and look through the thing,
Unfortunately,
or
he's
no?
gone down.
Okay, that's what I
She
thought,
can
but I wanted to make
feel
sure.
where stuff is going on.
I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure, but
because of that
I know
spell.
it's bad.
And
So-
he is halfway between the bottom floor, which is -4.
you're just feeling
and
the
3.
key like
Yeah.
trup,
Wobble
back and forth.
a little bit, ever so slightly paused.
So I recover that. I'm like, hold person.
Okay.
What's your
that's a
casting look
save.
like? Let's hear that.
Yeah.
He has to spell save is 14.
You know that's not what I'm asking, man.
Rolled a 3, so he's like, we go to print.
Excellent. I take this.
And he's just like looking at you. Only his eyes can move.
So I'm gonna take the mace in. Ashton.
All right.
With advantage.
Yes, you do. I would love if you rolled another natural 1
First
right now.
attack.
I guess-
Oh,
you
that
did
was-
roll another natural 1?
So the first attack will
don't count.
almost.
it doesn't count, but
yeah,
it is
it
there.
doesn't count.
It hits.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
hits.
Plus 7, 19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
So that you said a D8?
he does have a shield.
D6, right? Is that what we decided?
Is it D6 or D?
D6.
D6. So
And
because
it
it's
does
a crit.
count as a crit.
All right. So
You can roll 2, or you can just roll a double.
I'll roll double. Like I'll just roll 2.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Plus your strength.
yes. So that's 12 damage.
Whack! You crack him upside the head, and his body just goes limp. Does the spell fade when he's unconscious, or is he still held?
He's held.
Okay.
But do I notice that he's knocked out? Like I'm
Oh,
I'm not trying to kill him, but I'm like trying to like.
You have
smack.
driven him below 0 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, his head dents in with a sickening thunk.
Sorry for your friend's loss.
He will bleed out. You can tell that it is a death blow. You've been around enough death. You can
Has he
sense
been-
it.
has he been
Actually,
really-
you can sense like his body
The
is
loss.
aching to die. Like it's just you can just feel it
Glad I wasn't
pulling
going that for real.
towards the Raven Queen.
So I guess the question is this. This is where judgment comes into play. Do I judge this person deserving of death or not? Like, has he been especially cruel or mean, or has he just been a bit of a dick?
You mean like to
He's
you,
been a
right?
No, to anybody. Have
Well, I
have
mean,
observed?
you're
Never
experiences,
observed
right?
him being overly cruel. He's a dick,
Evil.
He's a dick, but not like.
but he's doing his job.
Right.
So he's not.
To
He's
your
not like
knowledge, he's not-
evil.
He's not
undead.
acting evil. He's just doing a job.
Got
Now,
it.
you've definitely had a more sickening feeling from the Inquisitors who come in.
Got it.
This guy's just
Scummy.
scummy guard dreck. Yeah.
I will heal him enough to stabilize.
1 HP from your pool, please. Oh no, yeah. I'll say you can. Do you?
I mean, I have 15 left, so...
Okay, yeah.
What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say if you 1 HP him, he's awake.
Yeah, I don't want to 1 HP him. I just want to stabilize
Can
him.
he be still unconscious but not bleeding out? Like if I were to do
I'll tell you what.
a medical assist.
You just put your hand on his head and there's a little that dark and cool sensation. You give him 1 HP and then you punch him in the nose.
All right, done.
Nice. That's a good scene.
So it's not a kill
It's not a
shot.
kill
Killing
shot.
shot. Done.
But it's just like
Now I let go of hold. I take...
actually, his eyes come up and he's like,
He's out.
he's out.
Nice.
All right.
I'm into that. That's cool.
What does he have on him?
Chain shirt, which
Does it
would
fit
probably
me?
fit you. You're human, yeah, or
Okay.
humanish.
I'm a human.
Yeah, it would fit you.
I'll take...
He's a little more portly than you, but it'll fit more or less.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the keys?
The keys definitely are on him. The
Okay.
mace, better boots than
I
you're
have a
currently
mace.
wearing. He's got a little coin purse
Okay.
tucked away. He's got a little necklace with a cheapo Eye of Pelor
I don't want that.
holy symbol on it.
Anything else?
He also has a packet of paper kind of rolled up to kind of make its own envelope. It's not an official envelope, it's
All
a
right.
packet of paper all rolled
Right.
up.
All right. How long will it take me to take all that?
It's already taken.
Take it.
Yeah, just
Take
rifling
in-
through.
What's the AC on a chain shirt?
I'm going to say you've left him held for this.
You can't
few
put it on
seconds.
Yes.
yet. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
So
okay,
he's
I'll just
now
take the
standing in
picture.
his boxers.
Does he have
yeah, sure.
any
Hands.
shackles on him?
Yes, he does have shackles. Thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for everything, so I mean, like
You find some
everything.
shackles, you find the
Shackles.
key.
Awesome.
You find he's got an ill-fitting helmet as well, like one of those kind of. It's just like a little semi-pointed helm.
Yeah.
With the like
Take it.
little dent in, so you can still see the eyes and part
Good.
of the face,
Oh,
but
perfect.
not.
I'm gonna
not
take
quite
that
the
as well.
size. Okay.
And
Actually, he was wearing it.
Yeah.
When you hit him with the mace, it fell off.
well, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna rush back up. I'm actually still
At this
holding
point upstairs, you hear.
Yeah, I think there's probably like a
Been
like a
enough
moment
noise.
where
Hurry
we were
up!
like,
So
Doesn't sound like that went very well.
I take the stuff
huh.
Yep.
and I rush back upstairs to unlock them.
Okay, she just says, "Hurry up."
Yeah.
Okay, do a perception check. Those who are upstairs in the cell.
I will
Second
perceive
15, 19.
an 11 plus, which I think is the 13 for me. That's a double
All
check.
right.
Sounds right.
You got over 10. You can tell that there are several footfalls, probably 2 or 3 heavy booted footfalls coming
I'm
down the
going
steps in a hurry.
to-
They're probably on the next floor above.
I'm going to drop the.
Got prone. Good plan.
Locate object.
No, I'm gonna drop the locate object. I don't need it anymore, and I am going to look out at the stairs, waiting, and cast hold, or not cast it, but I'm gonna hold.
You're getting ready to
Cast.
cast.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold a hold person,
Hold a hold person. Hold squared person.
and I've got my little straight piece of iron.
Nice. From next door, you hear, I think they're coming. Yep, I think they're coming.
And I will communicate telepathically that there's at least 3 coming.
I'm running up.
And
All
I'm
right,
prepared to.
do a dexterity check. See how fast you cover the distance. Or athletics. I'd allow
I'm an
either.
athletics guy.
Athletics falls under how quick you can run.
15.
All right. So you get to their floor before anybody else. You can tell the footfalls are coming quickly, though.
But I'm aiming. I know what she has planned. I'm aiming to unlock the door.
Okay, you go running down the hall. Now, if you go past anyone coming down the stairs in that immediate flight, we might get a look at you. Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, you know what I'm gonna do?
Which is a big square. So,
So where do I hear them coming down?
up is over here.
Yeah.
So that would be the up.
From coming up. From coming
So
from up.
from up
To down.
coming down, you were near the down.
Yeah.
And so we're here, south side,
Yeah.
and you're gonna either have to run straight past the stairs that lead up, where you hear the footfalls, or you can go around the other way. But that's further.
But couldn't I just like move dash?
Yeah, you can do that. You can definitely go whoo across, but they'll get a look at you possibly if they're on this flight.
Yeah, I don't want them to look at me. Like, if I can do it, I would.
Sure. Yeah. So you move, and then dash, and you'll get in line with Tien's door first, and then you'll get in line with their door. So you can get pretty much even here.
You know what?
And
then
next round you can do that,
You know what?
or you
Then
can go this way.
you know what? I can just move and open the door.
Yep, you can do that.
Then I'm just gonna move and open
Okay,
the door.
haul that through.
Haul ass.
As you go running through, wait, did you take a second to don the armor or just carry it?
Just to carry it. There's no time.
Okay.
It actually takes. How long?
It's like a minute.
Well,
yeah.
now I would allow a chain shirt on
Yeah.
real fast.
Okay, then I would.
I would just take it.
It's like a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pull on your
what's
shirt.
You're
the
not
AC
putting
of
on
a
armor.
chain shirt?
It is.
12? Or
No,
11?
I think it's 13 plus up to 2 decks.
Okay.
I think that's
That sounds right. Because it's the stage above, like, hide armor, right?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think it's 13 plus up to 2 of your decks. So that could bring you up to 15 because you're pretty dexy, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got 2 decks.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're at 15, and you do have a helm, which also I'll let you don that while you're running it.
Ooh, what does that do?
Nothing, but flavor.
Makes you look
Flavor.
dumb. Is what
I mean, it makes me look like them.
It kind of does.
This is what I'm going for.
Yeah,
Kind
you're
of.
half pulling it on as you run through, jangling the keys. I am
You're
gonna
right,
make you
it's
do
the
a dex check again
Again.
to see if you drop anything while you're like pulling the shirt, don the helmet,
that-
don't drop the
is that a-
keys, get ready to open the door.
Is that an athletics or a dex? Is
Dex.
it a save?
It's just literally, do you drop anything while you're scrambling to try and do multiple things at the same time?
Cool.
17.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
fine.
You,
That was a clutch roll.
you put the that was. You don the shirt, put the keys in your mouth, don the helmet,
Yeah.
keep running towards the door. So you rush past and you hear "Hey!" from above, up the stairs, and
All right.
you are at the door.
Unlock. Click. That's my action.
Actually, your action now is, does this key work?
Yeah, you
Roll
gotta
a
figure out
d10 for me.
Oh boy.
which- Mama.
Mama. Okay.
You lucky son of a bitch.
I could tell by the look on his face. For the
I rolled
viewers
a
out
3.
there or the
That was
listeners out
Out
there,
of 10.
Todd's look was absolute mortification and priceless. Like, are you joking?
1 in 10 chance. You got it.
Hey, better odds than a crit.
That is.
It was actually almost less than one because you rolled and I rolled.
Yeah.
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 So, well, I knew which key I rolled to see which key it was. You randomly grabbed.
Yeah.
You happened to get the same number.
All right.
Click. You planned that. Door's open. What do you want to do? You've been holding action. You don't see anybody quite yet. You can keep holding, or you can start moving. Ken, anything you want to do with your turn?
So what do we know, right?
Do we want to
They're-
Because you
out
they're
mentioned like
just around
people
that
coming
corner.
down, but we haven't seen
we
anyone.
want-
They're
try
not
to
down
outrun them.
quite yet. They have seen him and said, "Hey." That's as much as you've heard.
When you say we know they're there, what does that mean?
You
Like,
can hear them.
we just know that
coming.
there are footfalls.
Effectively,
Coming toward us.
Yeah, effectively, their turn hasn't come yet.
But
to
do we know
finish
anything
getting
about
down
them?
the
Is what I'm
stairs.
saying.
You can assume they're probably guards.
Okay, I'm not assuming they're like
They've.
some sort of
There was a
mojo
hell
guards,
of a
as you
lot of
mentioned
noise
previously.
a few minutes ago,
Right.
when a sconce hit the ground, and then a few minutes later,
Not that stealth.
a little bit of scruffing,
Alright.
scuffling, and then a helmet hit the ground.
All right, just go. I'll talk to him. Meet you down there. Pat you on the back. And I'll walk out into the hall.
All right.
I still have it, just in case.
Yeah. If you
Anything is-
here's the thing: if you go straight,
you're gonna walk by them.
you're gonna walk right past them. But if you want to, you could go to your right
And then.
and go around the other way.
Yep.
That does bring you right past Tian's door, if you just mentioning. Or there's other cells along the way too.
Let's take them out.
Fine. I'm down for that.
This keeps happening.
So I guess then what I'm gonna do is
I'll hold them off. You guys go. We kill them.
I didn't say we killed them.
I know. I'm just saying last time. It was...
Oh, I forgot to mention the Grant did have a dagger. I'm assuming you took it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you have a mace and a dagger.
Are you gonna give me either one? I'm okay. I'm okay. I got my magic.
I can give you what do you want.
Meh. I handle maces, but
I'll give her a mace.
Okay.
There you go. Boop. So I, like,
the dagger.
walk up to, like, head off these guys, and then
Okay.
you guys are just like...
You just walked
Let's
right
go.
around the corner at the bottom, and they...
I don't even know if I get there first is what I'm saying. Like, what do you guys think?
Well, it is technically your turn just before them.
Whatever.
So you actually go, and you take 2 steps, which brings you to the downstairs, down
Yeah.
to the stairs to lead upstairs.
Great.
Because that was confusing, unnecessarily. And
Fine.
you turn right, and the guards are maybe 8 feet away, just on this top landing, looking down, and there's 2 of them right there.
There's 2?
You would recognize one of them as Pauldron.
Sure. Pauldron, sorry to do this to you.
What?
I gotta go.
Hey, what? No. And the
gonna
other
cast
one's
a
like,
spell.
okay.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Okay. What's the save?
So let's see. It's based on my charisma, which is +4, and then our so +7, right? That's the thing these days at this level.
usually spell attacks are
So 8
+7.
+7, that's 15. Yeah. So you need to type. Sorry, charisma save,
Charisma. Okay. The one...
and I can hit
They're
both
both
of them. Yeah.
coming down the stairs with a mace out each, and they both look at you, and you... How do you cast your spell?
I'll just like pick up the whistle and I'll like blow like a few notes of that old song,
Okay, nice.
right? Just like the first like 3 notes or whatever, right?
And the tension just drains from both of them. Is it anyone in the area, or just
It's
them?
like
You can target it.
there's like up to 6 people or something, but I was only really targeting them.
All right, that's cool. The tension drains from both of them. They're
It's just
aggressive
each humanoid,
stance.
actually. Yeah, it's each humanoid in a 20-foot radius.
Oh.
So both
So
of
we
you
have
do
to
a save,
do a
please.
save.
Well, I don't think I targeted anywhere near you, right? I'm targeting the top of the stairs where they are.
They haven't had a chance to move too much further.
Whatever.
So they
You
would
guys
be
can
right
save
on
if
the
you
edge.
want. I'm okay
No,
with suppressing
you
your
are
emotions.
feeling...
Well,
Wait, a,
what did you
it's
roll?
a charisma save?
It's charisma.
Yeah. No, I don't. That's a 9.
+4.
9,
13.
10,
You
13.
haven't been
I'm
out
gonna need
of
to
that
talk to you about your
room
class
in a
later, 'cause I'm
week,
so curious
and
what's
you're
going
just
on.
feeling so much.
I know, but I looked it up and I don't see
happier
that.
being in the
I don't know
hall.
what type of
Okay.
oath you want. That's all I'm saying.
So no.
But I think that would
Level six.
then,
Oh,
It's just the
seeing
default paladin.
her
Got
do
it.
that,
Cool. That makes sense.
I'm already holding a hold person.
Yeah. That's not
It is
particularly aggressive.
It is non-offensive. It's
Nope.
defensive.
You want me to
You're
read
not
the,
going to lose the
case.
spell or anything.
I'm going to actually cast hold person on them.
Yeah, I'll read the actual effect.
And-
You can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards. This indifference ends if the
us.
target is attacked or harmed by a
Well,
spell,
you're making them indifferent
or if it
to
witnesses
you.
any of the friends being harmed.
Okay, so actually...
So I'm not putting them in jeopardy
Yeah.
or danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
It is
This is
exclusively
not
you
to
neutral
don't
attack
task.
even
them.
need to really save, because he's not making you indifferent to them.
Right.
Right.
They're indifferent to you, and they both just kind of lower their weapons and look at
Yeah,
at
I forgot. I
him.
thought it was only
And they're like,
part of the
"Oh.
core thing.
Oh, okay. Everything's good. Whatever your rank was before, I guess it would be private.
I have no idea what it
You're-
was. Might have been higher than
you're-
private. I'm level 6, but whatever.
You're level 6, but the paladin was only level 1.
That's true. But I mean,
So
it
you-
implies I've still been with him a lot. Whatever.
So they were like, okay, private, if there's any problems. It's almost like they kind of...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's not like a huge days thing. It is this
Yeah.
like calm emotions. I think they can still think rationally
Yeah.
and stuff. And I just want to say, I'm sorry. The order needs to be investigated. This is the will of Pelor. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And let's head out now.
They kind of look at each other in confusion, and Pauldron looks back at you and goes,
Ashton, can you get the door?
good luck.
Lion. You have the things.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
All right.
Who
Do
else
we
is
want to
around here?
grab their weapons at least?
With the
They're
people
not-
them?
no.
They wouldn't necessarily let you take their stuff.
But if I put hold person on
Yes,
them,
you could do that.
I can
Are
cast
you
whole
gonna,
person
you're
on
gonna
both.
cast on both? Okay.
Not to
Make your
attack
save.
them,
No.
but just simply
Well,
to grab their weapons.
Honestly, if they're held, it doesn't matter. It would be casting a spell on them and would break the calm if it doesn't work.
I'm not entirely
What's your
sure.
DC?
It does say if they're harmed by a spell.
Which they will not be.
Right. It is.
What's your DC?
My
For the whole
DC
person?
is 15 on
Yeah.
Wiz.
It's not like invisibility. It's harmed by a spell. It's
Okay.
not any spell. Yeah.
One of them goes bored stiff. And the other one's still kind of looking back at
Rachelle,
and
who's that?
Pauldron is looking at you and says, "Blessings of Pelor on you. I guess this is where we part ways." The other guy's just like,
Thank you, Pauldron.
I just want to.
"For the
Get a
record, it never
weapon."
felt right. I saw what you did. They
Thank
didn't
you.
listen to me." You start to turn. He's like, "They're gonna execute Greg. He's on level 3.
Thank you. Let's go. Can you get? I don't remember his name. It's Liar or something.
Tien.
Tien DeLeon. Wait.
Can-
Yeah, like
Lion Tien?
I'll unlock his like.
Tien
There was
line.
a, there was a
Tien.
bribe.
See if I can
Tien.
unlock his door.
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
you
Yeah, take you a few
convince
tries
them
this
to
time.
Are there
give you
other people?
There are.
some weapons
I
without.
notice any
We don't need it. Let's
confrontation?
go.
A couple of scrungy guys in the
I think
corner.
we're gonna need
There's
it to
a
get out of
drunk
here,
sleeping
but
enough
okay.
over here. There's a pair of tieflings in the far south one. As you're walking, you have to walk around to get to the downstairs, I'm assuming. So there's a pair of tieflings, a mother and daughter over here.
Mother and daughter?
They're just kind of quietly peering out the door, afraid they're going to get a licking. And then this one, there's a big old fat guy who just, like, is covered in tattoos, is in this one. In this room, you get a glance in that, and it's just some dude who's sitting there, some Weasley-looking guy in the corner. He looks up at the thing, he's like, "Oh, you know, oh God. Just people they've wrestled up."
Alright. Well,
If you had detect evil, that'd be a great way to...
That would be excellent. You might.
Hey,
even-
look, people, there's a reason for that spell.
I mean,
I don't have
there
it.
isn't really, because all I can do is the same thing that his sacred junk can do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Do I get that at level 1? I don't think I do. It's level 2 thing, I think.
I get it,
Sounds
but
right.
I don't have it.
No, I mean the paladin
Your
thing.
stuff
We're
is
paladins.
upstairs.
Yeah.
yes.
So the next question is, it doesn't look like anyone's immediately
Guess what?
threatening you.
Divine sense, the presence of strong evil registers on your senses.
Sure.
That's what I was
Just
saying.
order.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna cast divine sense.
Cast Divine Sense. Mark that off. And as you walk around, very few people in here send out any kind of evil, true evil. They're basically photo backstory, ready for more dump. All right, here we go. Basically, people get locked up for minor infractions, and there are a variety of punishments, ranging from a fine or a bribe will let them go a couple of days in the clink for the more serious offenses, like finding a holy symbol that shouldn't be around. Most people are like, "Oh, it's a family heirloom," and they're like, "We're confiscating this," and you're getting some time in the clink. And then there's the more serious offenses where people are caught practicing or somehow piss off. And those people get a range of capital punishments, anywhere from a whipping, a beating, time from the Inquisitors to try and investigate, or full-on execution.
So basically, anyone that I sense is evil,
Yeah.
I'm not letting out. But anyone that I don't sense is evil,
All right.
I'm gonna, and I assume.
At least unlock it.
The drunk
Yeah.
is not
Whether
evil.
they choose
Yeah.
to leave.
Don't
is
tell me
their
the mom and
choice.
daughter. are
The drunk is
evil.
not evil. The mom and daughter are not evil. The big tattooed mother is not evil. And
man,
the little
tattoos
skinny.
don't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly. But like he looks intimidating at a glance. You'd be like, "Whoa, dark alley, you mean him?"
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but not evil.
But the Weasley
The
guy.
Weasley dude, pretty solid ping of evil.
Come on, brother. Come on, let me out.
So starting with the mom and daughter, I start
Absolutely.
unlocking them and I tell them to be quiet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings of the traveler upon you.
Yeah. And
And you
I'm gonna
let out
start-
all the
yeah,
others
I'm
around.
gonna yeah.
Ushering up or down?
So we should usher them down,
Okay.
but since I'm
Watch these totals not even exist. Just like, oh, these have been. filled in years ago.
The braggart would possibly not be making anything up.
Is there what did Pauldron do? Did he just leave?
Aldrin's just standing there, his weapons at his side, and he's not feeling threatened or threatening at all. He's just looking at Hen and honestly wishing her well. Although there's no other. The other guard is held by her,
and there's no other guards coming down.
Just a couple of guards to go find out what was that bloody noise.
Yeah, I feel like there's that scene of like the camera's focused on Ashton, like going around unlocking people, and there's like in the background this like pleasant conversation of like pleasantries being exchanged.
So when I unlock the right people, and I go to Hen quickly. If there's an opportunity, let's go to get our equipment back.
Did you say we heard more people coming?
No, not yet.
No, okay.
Just the two. We'd have to move.
You can do a
past
perception
them.
check if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And you can do it with advantage if someone helps you.
I'm not gonna ask more of these people. They're giving up a lot for this.
Well, as far as people can tell, they've been charmed. So
Where is?
You'd think that would save people.
Aldrin looks at you
have to
both
save
and he
Greg.
says, if you could do me a favor,
knock you out.
I want you to punch me hard.
I can accommodate.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, only them? Okay.
Sorry, that wasn't the DM piss. That was
No, I know.
Aldrin being like, I'm friends with her. Don't push your luck.
Right. No, I totally sense that.
Yeah. I was just clarifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock out the other guard.
I love how you're like, alright. Boom.
I'm gonna knock out the other guard. I want my stuff back.
Yep, you knock out the one who's held. Auto.
I'm gonna say
By the way,
Aldrin
15
puts
on
down
my
his sword.
perception.
I'm not gonna
Sits
punch you,
down.
but I'll knock you out.
Nods,
I'm gonna
I'm
give him a
ready.
sleeper hold.
Okay.
Yeah, like
gonna-
that's more my style.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That is, you're totally a grappler.
I'm a grappler. Yeah.
So he had a sword, huh?
Sorry, a mace. He puts down the mace. I said so.
Yeah.
Chain shirt.
Chain shirt? Yeah, if you can wear it.
I'm gonna knock
Throw
you
it
out
on.
in the like least painful way. People used
Actually,
to
you
do
could
this
get
in
two
like
chain
elementary
shirts.
school.
Yep.
It was super weird and
Oh,
bad.
no, I remember that.
Yeah, right.
When
That was such a weird thing.
Well, they would do the one where you'd hyperventilate and push on your solar plexus,
man.
and the tunnel vision would come, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm losing brain cells, and it's fun because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So I'm
By
gonna.
Kids
the way,
don't
I
do
got
this.
a 15 on my
I used to
perception.
do that. Yeah, don't
But
do it.
don't.
No,
Don't
you
do
are
it,
damaging
audience. 15 on my perception. And I did it without advantage.
yourself. So far, so good. You don't hear any other approaching things.
Did you want me to make an athletics check?
No,
I'm
you
at a
can
plus
do it.
10.
You're just
Like whatever.
Let's
go sleep.
let's blend in like the guards and get our
Sure,
stuff
you
back.
can get chain shirts on and helmets.
Doing the helmet, we're gonna go up like guards, and we're gonna tell I'll tell the other people.
I'm going to kind of
Wait a
pull
moment.
I guess that is
helm
3. Yeah, all right.
down as much as I can and tuck my hair up under it.
All the green hair gets tucked
And
up
try to be as
burly.
intimidating. And I am specifically saying intimidating because I get advantage
Okay.
with that.
All right. Cool.
That is a
Absolutely.
racial trait.
And
You disguise yourselves as best you can.
And what I'll tell the others is, wait 5 minutes for us. We'll come back and lead you out. But if we're not back in 5, go downstairs and try to find some tunnels.
The mother and the daughter look confused at first, and they're like, and she's
We'll be
like,
right back.
Go down, mommy. And then the big burly guy's like, I'll keep an eye.
We'll nod at him and say, all right.
And he puts his meaty hand on the woman's shoulder and says, stay behind me if there's trouble.
Nice.
Nice.
So I'll leave him the mace, and I'll have another mace, and we'll go.
He hefts it, gives you a nod.
And have we made a concrete decision
Yes.
that we are
Go in the storeroom.
well, yes, minimal damage, minimal death if possible?
Yes.
Okay.
Pauldron said,
Do you say
yes. Oh, no, you already knocked him out.
Knocked him out.
My
Or
intent,
telepathically.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, my intent is not to kill people.
I
I just
know.
want to get the hell out.
All right. Let's go.
I mean, I'm not trying to do an alignment change
So,
here.
Rachelle, I probably told you enough that I want my equipment back, and it's not a trifling thing.
Right.
People
No.
have died over this.
Yeah.
All right.
I understand that fully.
So you guys converse this as you go up, and the big guy and the rest of
the rest of the 8 of the prison break people.
We did get him out, right?
The big guy?
Tian?
Yeah, he is bent, old man. One eye is totally cloudy. The other one's somewhat clear. And he looks at you. He's got this big, long beard, longer than when you remember last time. He looks at you and goes, Henrietta, you have the look of your grandfather. Good luck.
Thank you. I hope this is right.
Who wants to help you? And he grabs the drunk, and you're not sure who's helping who down the hall,
Sure.
but there's help going on. And they're starting to wind their way downstairs. Tian calls back, oh, you're going to need all of those keys. You need to keep the keys, or...
No, I'm gonna give.
Okay. He nods and he's like, you. The Weasley guy's like, I'm going locks. Anybody? No? Okay, you can't leave me here. And they all go downstairs and you guys go up.
Well, I'll ask if he knows Private Greg and if he can get him out, specifically.
We'll watch for him.
Thank you.
He takes
He was
keys.
charmed and, well, you can guess.
Oh. Well, I don't imagine that excuse went well with such a suspicious one as Ostrin.
Let's go.
All right.
For the record, I am too old for this now.
Yeah, he doesn't need to use the keys.
All right.
Someone else.
They start going down. You guys go up. All right. Next floor is very similar to this one. There are people in some of the cells. A couple of them are empty. You guys can take a moment to investigate, or you can keep going up to the next floor.
I want to go right to the storeroom.
Straight to yeah.
We don't even have keys anymore, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's true
Even if
too.
we
You
wanted
get them
to.
away. You're looking around. Most of these cells, these two
I guess
are
we're
empty.
letting you lead, seeing as you know this better than we do.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I could lead you to the right
These
place.
two had people in it as at a glance.
This is a leap of faith.
And these two also had people in it. This
I mean,
one,
you don't have to let
this
me
one,
lead.
and that one were empty. There's somebody in there, but you don't
I
have keys
never
with you,
got
so
any
unless you
sense.
wanted to figure something else.
And he
Okay.
Unless
he had
Unless
done
we have more
his
keys.
evil thing, and there was nothing pinged off of you.
I didn't
so
sense any evil.
I
I'm,
wonder if you ping. Not because
Oh,
you're
how long
evil,
does
but
that
because
last?
Divine
It
Sense
lasts quite a
detects
while.
not evil, right?
Okay. It's
Detects,
yeah, I wonder.
typing.
any
I don't know. Divine-
celestial fiend, undead, evil, 60 feet.
Okay. You get actually a pretty evil ping on that first floor from one of the cages. Everybody else is mostly trifling nothing.
Okay.
Well,
Avoid like plague.
I void like plague. I'm just going to the storeroom.
All right, so you make your way up.
Yeah.
You pop up. This map's a little wrong. You
fine.
pop up over here.
Sure won't matter.
Yeah.
And you are standing in the southeast corner.
Okay.
The entrance to the guard room, is right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are currently here. Just gonna borrow a dice.
Yeah.
I got minis for this, but D4s work too.
You guys were great.
Also great caltrips. All right, so there we are. So you're right here. The guard room is here. Storage, processing, which is like the room they search you in, and an office. And there's an entry hallway. And there is a stair going up as well. There are flights above.
To your recollection
Yeah.
that it was in processing.
Can
so
we,
that's where
like,
I'll go.
Tell the presence of bodies? Just
Oh, like
are there
here?
presences of people in the area?
Do a perception check.
Sure.
Now that you're on this floor.
All right, we'll do so. As
Anybody
well.
who wants to.
That's 20.
Nat 20.
Natural 20.
That is not.
16.
All right, natural
a
20.
reckon
There are a lot.
7.
You hear a bunch of chorus of like, "Ah, damn it! Oh, you're cheating!" So there's definitely gambling going on in this room.
Sure.
You would guess at least 8.
Okay.
At least. You
Like
know
plague.
from when you got brought in, there's one person in here, like a clerk,
Right.
and there's probably 2 people in here. You can hear with a natural 20, which doesn't auto succeed.
Sure.
It's a skill, but it's a lot. You have a lot of perception, if I remember correctly.
No, I don't. It's
No?
a 22 total.
Oh, 22? All right, you can definitely hear the guards. And as you peek around this corner, which way do you want to go? This way?
I mean, if there's a door
There were guards
to the where
here.
I could hear guards, I'd probably want to go the opposite direction so I don't
No,
have to
we
pass
probably
it.
just walk by them
Yeah.
and walk
Okay.
over there.
Oh, right, you're dressed
We're
as
dressed as guards.
We are dressed as guards.
So
that's
you
true.
walk by.
Calmly.
There's a storage room locked, and over here you can see in the processing searching room. There's one person standing in the doorway, and talking to someone inside the door in the processing room here.
Great.
Anything you had might still be in here. Anything that has been here a while could be there or could be in one of the storerooms.
Okay. Anything that's been there a while?
Been stored. They don't just pile it up
Yeah,
in
they
here
just
once
pile it
this
up, yeah.
Sure,
it's
yeah,
been a
yeah.
week. The record keeping is in here.
Cool.
Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna lead them wherever I imagine their gear is gonna be.
Okay,
Right.
it's going to be in one of these two storerooms or processing. Being
Right.
able
I don't
to-
have a better idea than that.
Unfortunately, you didn't work in the prison, so
Sure, that's fair.
you could take
I mean,
the time
we-
to try and search all three.
Or we could try to find the record of where they are.
Right. I was trying to think if there's any way I could like ask somebody, but I don't know what I'd call you. Yeah. Like the paladin, like I would draw it in here. Like that's all I know.
You can.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, do you want to talk to either one of these people? They seem to be in a pretty detailed conversation.
Right, and then she said, yeah, well, I don't know about that.
And I was like, well, maybe I do know.
Yeah. I mean, if it makes sense that they'd be in the records, that would go like that would make sense.
Okay.
If that's something that would get recorded. I don't
would.
know if that's
It
what you mean by records.
probably
or not.
would, yeah.
Then yeah, great. Because if I'm asking, that implies I don't know. It's something I maybe should. I don't know.
No. It would make sense. I think your idea. Look it up in the records. So, you could try to fly casual past these guys in
Sure.
conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Or you can go back
social
the other
engineering,
way.
right? It's just like like
I'm
common pleasantry.
going to ask you to roll a deception check, all of you,
Sure.
as we walk past these guards to try and blend
You're
in.
deceiving.
You're doing the deceiving.
Okay, this isn't... Okay, so I'm not actively trying to intimidate them at this
No.
point. Okay, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
right.
I will take that. It's a dirty 20.
17.
14.
All right. You're walking through. You walk like a paladin.
By the way, do I get any of that goodness
And
that...
they just
okay.
kinda-
Saving throws.
As they're talking, they glance over at you, Hen, and give a little nod back as you nod. And,
Yep.
They kind of glance at you as you're going by, just walking past. And as you're walking by, this one of them is, hey! The guy from the inside calls out to Ashton.
So as I'm walking by,
Yeah. You were the last in the chain, so one of them's like, hey!
I say, "Yep."
You got some blood on the side of your... You okay?
I just go.
Alright, I'm gonna get you to do another deception check for me.
So that's deception, yeah.
Can I... Oh, God. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it.
What?
Okay. Or I'm not. I was gonna give
17.
guidance, but I did not.
Oh.
I hesitated.
17.
Yeah, you were like, should I? But they might notice the casting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
17.
Because
Hold on one second.
Henrietta told us what
Yeah.
they knew about detection, right?
Insight
You
is
said
wisdom,
that.
yeah?
I
Yes, it
don't
is.
know what you're asking that I told you.
Remember when you were the flashback conversation with
So they
your
rolled
buddy
a
downstairs?
16. Their
Right.
wisdom
when
is
they were
0
hitting on you?
bonus. So you
They
got
told
it
you
by
that there was
1.
detection.
Hey, remember, no roughing them up without the okay. I mean, yeah. Stupid prisoners. You guys go to the clerk's office. You open the door, you walk on in, closing the door quietly behind you,
Sure.
and the clerk turns around and is like,
Hello. Can I help you?
there's a small, gnomish woman sitting there behind the desk. Thick bottle thick Coke bottle glasses, making her already large eyes for her head appear humongous.
Hattie.
Yeah, she's got like fairly short hair tied back, and she's got it's pretty big streaks of gray for a gnome. That means she's quite old,
Right.
but she's not retirement age per se.
Sure.
Hello.
May I help you?
There's no chance I know this person.
You didn't work in the prison,
Cool.
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
for
probably
sure.
not.
Yep. Have to ask.
You happen to know Grant because he was trying to pick you up in a bar one time.
Sure. Yeah.
It's your one. No.
Yeah, that's the guy I wanted.
She looks back and forth between the three of you. I guess we have to get out now, don't we?
I don't actually
that
know
way?
when they
Turn
close.
off.
Um,
Are they closing at 10?
I don't know.
You guys close at 10 or?
Oh, okay. We best wrap up.
Alright.
Wrap up soon.
Hello. May I help you?
records for some prisoners. Yeah, what's the word?
You telepathically have your abilities, just saying.
I'm gonna telepathically.
I just can't actually remember the word. It's like comprehended. That's not it.
Equipment.
No.
Contraband?
Oh, you mean
Confiscated.
commandeered,
Confiscated. That's the one. Thank you.
I love wordplay. This is fun. Yes, well...
Down on level 2.
She looks at you for a second. Go ahead and do a deception check.
Sure.
I'm assisting.
18 plus 5.
You have advantage from the assist. They nod at the appropriate moments. You have a... You
18 plus
rolled
5.
an 18.
Yeah.
You want to try for a 20?
Can if you want to.
16 plus 5.
Nice.
Still a nice roll.
She looks over you all and is like,
Lots of turnover this time of year. Alright, which prisoner was it?
and she slides. She is surprisingly nimble. She scoots her wheelie chair over to the record stack and she starts
Yeah, I'll
thumbing
give them
through
the
already.
cell number effectively, right? Like floor 3, cell 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the actual thing.
So
Because
that
that's
would've
how
been-
you would refer to a prisoner.
Yeah,
Names.
for 2, cell 6.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, here we are.
And there were 2, actually 3 now.
Yeah, I suppose there are 3 now. I was just thinking about the first
Tell
2,
you what,
but sure.
those are not allowed to leave the room or I'm legally allowed to kill you.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you.
Inside check, anyone?
No, I don't care. I'm not going to take it out, whatever.
Fucking means it.
Oh yes,
She
she
will
does.
execute you on the spot if you walk out with her records. She's one of those librarians who's really friendly until you cross her.
And what does it say on the record?
On the record, it's just your file, your number, and like where your gear is stored and what you're charged with.
So we get the info and then we...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, actually, if
okay.
there's anything cool in there, I mean, I got a record, but that's not what I'm looking
Where's
for.
so is it in the storage room? Or?
Both of your stuff is in storage room B.
Okay.
And it gives you a bin number.
All right.
Cool.
Didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Awesome.
super matters
And
right now.
your
We
stuff
do
is
that,
in
right?
No,
Like-
your stuff was in the processing room.
Yeah,
Still.
that's not the stuff that I'm
Okay.
looking at. I'm
Yeah,
not-
fair enough.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Next time, remember I like jasmine tea.
I will remember that. And I flash a lovely smile.
So how do we get in the store?
All right.
It's been
So,
lovely to hear. Thank you.
and you start to walk out. She's like,
Oh, you're going to need these.
jingle, jingle,
You
jingle.
go, oh,
Oh,
Sign here. And bring them back, or I will fucking kill you.
Great.
let's do take the key. Let's go.
Well,
Well,
they said sign here. I need to think of if I want to use a fake name. I mean, I do want to use a fake name, obviously, but do I use a real name? Or do I make one up and be like, it's lots of turnover, like you said? I think I just make up a fake name.
All right.
Yeah.
Roll a deception check.
All right.
This
Chrysanthemum
versus her
Dirk,
investigation.
garlic.
the jerk.
14. Not great.
10.
Great.
She's plus 4. Turn pieces, not bad. But she rolled a 6.
So yeah, it's chrysanthemum garlic. If that ever comes up again.
Chrysanthemum
All right.
garlic. Excellent name.
so I'm gonna walk over
First thing I
to
thought of.
keys. Walk
You got
over.
the keys. You
Yeah.
walk past. You're flying.
That's my next known
not,
character.
not raising
Bing.
any suspicions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go in. You get your gear.
I'm gonna.
Both of your
yeah,
gears now.
I mean,
You
I'm
unlock the
acting
bin.
calmly, but
Okay.
expeditiously.
Yeah.
So
Do you want to go for your gear, which is
No.
in this room?
I don't have anything.
All right.
I have my gear.
Yep. You have keys as well. if
I
you
do
wanna look
take
around.
manacles from people, though.
Okay.
Like the people, we all got manacles from the guards we knocked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So I
I'm
can
gonna
put
keep
on
those.
my gear?
That's like my
Yeah, you
thing.
can have manacles.
Is there a sack or something that I can put the stuff in? I don't want to put it on yet. I want to remain looking
I mean, you
like
would
a
have
guard.
had a traveler's pack, like a backpack and stuff. You can pile it into that easy.
I'm gonna do that.
There are other things in here too if you want to go through a couple of the bins.
2 rolls only.
All right.
After that, if they're failed rolls, I'm out.
I'm putting
Do
my.
a percentile check for me.
So I put my signet ring of my nobility back on.
Okay.
Put my splint armor
That
away,
is a
and
46.
I reclaim my glaive.
Nice. It's leaning up in the corner.
Okay,
it's a
that's not going into a pack.
It's a bronze glaive
Oh my god.
with a fist on the,
Oh,
the
God.
butt,
Right.
and it's coming with me.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Good thing you're going down.
Good thing we are
Yeah.
going down.
All right, so gear up. If you do want to look through, you can find
I mean, I
basically
know,
what you have.
right? I'm not going to steal stuff, right?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
So
you are
46.
trying to steal stuff. There's nothing too
I took the
particularly
manacles as being
fancy
a
with that roll.
gift.
Okay.
But you can get basic supplies if you wanted to gear up with any kind of basic supplies. And basically anything that'll fit in a starter kit.
Just what
in
you
terms
brought.
of gear.
Let's
yeah,
go.
All right.
pretty
All right.
much.
So what I'll do is I'll hold.
I'm
the
not gonna
glaive
bog
as we
myself down
walk-
with a bunch
walk
of
back
extra
and down
crap.
and hold
Yeah.
the glaive like on the other side.
Yeah, that's fair. On your way out, please do a stealth check.
Okay.
Or
All of
just-
us?
Yeah.
What are we stealth checking from?
Just to make sure he doesn't spot anybody doesn't spot the glaive or you guys carrying backpacks because that kind of breaks you as guys.
I think I'm 18.
Nice.
I think I'm
Nice.
18.
13.
Guys, that is the fourth one that I've rolled tonight.
Oh boy!
You guys
Wow.
That's a
hightail
clutch
it
roll
down
in
the
our favor.
stairs.
Yeah.
Down the stairs.
Yeah.
Rejoining
We
the
give
rest
back
of
the
the
key, though,
escape
right?
crew.
Because she said she'd
Oh,
kill us if we
you
didn't
got
get back
halfway
the key.
down and you're like, wait, I will make an enemy for life. Guess
Yep.
what? She was the big bad later. Damn it. All right.
She still can be.
A
I will
librarian
hand my
appears and
pack.
slaughters you. So you
And I'll just
Okay.
walk back.
calmly
pass
walk
it
up.
back.
Oh, thank you,
My
dearie.
apologies here.
Thank you.
And
That
jasmine
was
tea.
very quick.
Oh.
Jasmine tea.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I will, because I have
She hangs up the key
high
with a nice little,
charisma.
and then adjusts it to make sure everything is just so. Closes the records. You guys hightail it down, and that is where. And you get to the bottom.
And as we go, I spin my javelin a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm
happy
like,
to be back in your hand.
oh yes.
And with that, we'll continue the rest at part 2 Prison Break next time we play, if we get the chance.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. No.
I didn't get a chance to flay your character. I was totally gonna flay one of your arms.
Nice. Oh, that would be so good.
Oh.
I love Elastic
Like
Scar.
just, it would have been terrible bad.
It would be,
And
yeah.
the old dude was gonna help heal you, but
You were
rescued
gonna do a
him
thing where like
anyway.
you stayed there multiple
Then you
days. Stuff
came
would
and I was like,
happen
oh,
to me.
this works too. Yeah, it was gonna be real bad. They were gonna torture your ass so hard.
Hey, ask me again in a
Wait,
week.
did we get what's his face, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, but like
You get
clearly
Greg
the
on the
like
way.
Greg. Yeah.
We'll
we're
pick that
closing,
up
so I
next
didn't
time.
bother. But I would be
This
like,
was a magic glaive that I
Oh.
got in the Mines of Madness.
Now, do we have any magic items?
This one's magic.
Anybody else want one of these?
I
I already have it. This
I do enjoy that you got to like have a history with the weapon, right? My sword's just a sword.
No,
Right.
mine was like
The fact that it's magic, who cares? The fact that it's
the Mines of Madness
history
was not like
is
exactly
really
the
cool.
most fun campaign. It was
right.
pretty
I know
dark.
how to find.
I'm going to
you,
sign off real quick,
Todd.
but thanks for joining us. Hi, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks for
everybody.
listening to SideQuest Lives. This has been some Dungeons & Dragons. And this is the second game of our campaign, the new campaign, which I think we're going to call, what was it again?
It was Morally Ambiguous.
Morally
podcast.
Ambiguous. Morally Ambiguous Crew, I think is what the other group was. But this was looking in at a former temporary member, Henrietta,
Yeah.
and some new potential allies. All right. Thanks
Still
very much.
Morally Ambiguous.
Oh, it's very. I mean, just a prison break from it. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.